Oh, good evening, everyone. Hope we are all going well. Getting ready for some footy on the Friday night. Let's have a look. What do we got in the chat already? We've got a few people already in the chat. Appreciate everyone that's tuning in already. Make sure you smash a like. Let's get lights going straight away. Got a couple there already, which is nice. Brisbane Bloods. Thank you, mate, for the first comment. My first trades are Weeks to Clark and Mills to Sarong. Leaves me with 359k, but Cleary and Gray or Warner in the forward line, and Bice, Train and Clark in defence. Would you trade Bice to Petrarca or Sinclair? Or Train to Stewart? I need to ideally target players on round 13 of 15. I think Trainer goes first. He's losing the most cash. So if you can get a round 13 or 15 player from Trainer, I'd probably do that, I reckon. Thoughts on Dylan Moore, says Brisbane Bloods. Oh, I just don't have confidence in Dylan Moore this year. He just hasn't shown anything. DJ, I still have Sicily, so not sure I can watch the whole stream. Yeah, he's been obviously not too great. I wouldn't be shocked if he actually had a good game tonight, but yeah. Bales says Beyond 33. G'day, mate. Hope you're going well. Jim, thoughts on Myers? Yeah, not a bad option. Yeah, I don't mind Myers. I think there are other options, but I think if you're keen on him, I don't mind him. So need around 15 forward, ideally, if I was to go down that route for my third trade. Well, yeah, Rankin or Petrarca would be obviously the two you look at. Beyond 33, Bales, McRae to Heaney, Walsh to Dawson, and Simpson to Green. I like McRae to Heaney's fine. I wouldn't be trading Walsh because, okay, he hasn't been great, but he could turn it around up post, but I've got some good matchups. I'm actually still looking at targeting a Walsh. He's underpriced. I know you're getting Dawson. But I'd prefer to go. Can you go like Simpson to someone not Toby Green, and then go another player up to? If you can go someone else up to Dawson, and then go Simpson to like another rookie, I'd do that instead. Brisbane Bloods, I would have to trade Bice over Trainer, leaving me Gray, Clark, and Trainer on field in defence. If you have to trade Bice, then I think do it. But yeah, I also want to trade Trainer, Brisbane Bloods. Beyond 33, Simpson to Petrarca. Yeah, that could be a play. Yep, that's a good trade if you can do that for sure. Moonboy, g'day Buzz, g'day everyone in the chat. G'day Moonboy, hope you're going well. I love winter and I love footy. Greatest game on earth, mate. Couldn't agree more. I'm bringing in Holmes over Warner. I just think the West Coast matchup and discounted price is too good to ignore. Smash up the likes of Bales. Thank you, mate. Yes, do smash a like on the video if you are tuning in. And yes, I like the Holmes in. Connecting historical figures says Zach Merritt, 94 half back. Are you worried? Is he still a top 8 mid? I'm actually more bullish on him, to be fair. If he's playing half back, I think he could go absolutely nuts in this Essendon team. So something to watch for sure. Elizano, hello Bales. VC Dacos, Long and Moore tonight. Not a great start last night with Johnson and Clark, who are both poor. At least I have Martin, who did well. Yes, yeah, agreed. Yep. Some good ones there for sure. Hopefully Dacos goes big tonight. I don't have them VC, just because I do think if he starts going really well, Hawthorn will tag him. But I hope he puts up a good score anyway. And yeah, Ned Long hopefully can go well, because obviously if he goes bigger, more cash, which would be very, very handy. Tiger Cull for me, Trainer, Smiley and Lawler to Clark and 2 mid-price to generate some cash. Yeah, I don't mind it. I'd almost hold Smiley because at least there's a bit of hope that he will come back at some point. But Lawler can go, Trainer can go, so I like those guys gone. Jim, thoughts on Stone, Cambrelli and Simpson to Clark, Loam and Myers? Yep, ticks for me for sure. Alex, at this rate, picking the first 2 mid-prices, not sub, all close to call. Yeah, and I think because they're all so close, I'm actually probably waiting till next week and I'm going to go get Riley Hardiman instead, I reckon. That's probably where I'm leaning to. We're about to get underway here. Corey Blackledge, this year for the first time I get to see Marinoff in person in Melbourne. There you go. Yes, I did see the fixture is there, and I said the Crows have got a couple of games in Melbourne, which is good. Limits, I'm not doing it, but spicy take of Ned Long at 130. Oh, mate, I'd love another 130 from Ned Long. Thoughts on Jezebels? Has the Eagles this week and a good run coming out. Has a great scores so far, she says, Brisbane Bloods. He was actually someone I actually took a bit of a cheeky look at, actually, that I could have brought in for a real smoky play. I don't mind it. It's crossed my mind, so I don't hate it. About to get underway here. Bounce the ball is just about to go down. So, really good game this one. Looking forward to this one. should be a good game. Smash the likes up to get them going. If you haven't liked it yet, obviously 100 is where we try and get to on the streams. And there's the bounce the ball, and we are underway. Don't think so. Dacos was in the CBA. There you go. Dacos handball to Ned Long kick. Oh no, handball from Ned Long. But we like to see a couple of touches there, particularly from players we own. Well, maybe not everyone, but I know I own both. And Elliot lining up for the first goal of the night. Connecting says, is Zach Johnson now dead rook? I don't think so. I think he'll stay in the team for a little bit. Moonboy, Merritt came in for me. Knew it was a tough matchup. Hopefully bounces back. Nice to have him locked in for the year at a decent discount. I think he'll be good. If he's playing off half back, I think he could go absolutely massive the second half of the year. Just depends where he plays. Any forward bench options coming through? Maybe stuck next week with 8 green dots with no way to play 2 on field, says Alex. Yeah, that was another reason why I did actually go Lohman. And I said that he was a good option, Elliot, with the first goal, just because he opens up the flexibility if you traded a defender or mid-rookie to him. Gives you the option to swing some people around. But yeah, something to I guess, note next week. I think Keeler could be one, maybe. Archer Day Wicks as well is someone that is going to be cheap, but we'll see if he's still in the team. VC Martin last night. Should I take the 116? Says failure to load. Something I would take it, but the good thing with the buys, if you've got Baz captain, which I'm assuming you probably do, is you can see how the rest of the round plays out as to whether you take it or not. You can actually see. And if you have a low score and you need a big score, you probably take it on. But if you're going really well and you're like, cool, I'll just add a 116 to that, then I'd take it. So it's probably one you can sit on because Baz plays the final game, right? So you can wait until the last game. There's a let Ned Long kick. So another touch for Ned Long. Couple of touches early, which is good to see. Yeah, I'm just hoping that it'd just be good to get another couple of good scores tonight from Ned Long and Dacos and just tick over and move to next week. Or move to tomorrow night. Sorry, tomorrow night, not next week. Smiley out 6 weeks with another hamstring injury, says Alex. Okay, if he's out for that long, maybe you do trade. But he could just be a red dot in the meantime and you save a trade. But I guess we're going to be so far down the line that maybe you just do trade him out. He'll be a red dot through the buys. I'm happy to trade him for sure. I'm considering Trainer to Clark, Cleary to Sam Berry, and Lawler to Heaney. I like those trades. Yep. I think we're chatting on before, and I think Berry's a good option. Can't see him being sub. And if he is, you can go to Sheldrick instead. Brisbane Bloods, if I went Jezza, he would be a must-trade his buy. I don't think he's a must-trade his buy, but he would be a trade his buy, you'd probably say. But I don't think he's that far off of the top 6 forwards in terms of, he probably averages 85 for the remainder of the year. So I don't think he's a must-trade, but he's got some good matchups. If you wanted to hit a 6, you could go there. I'm not going to recommend it, though, because it could blow up, but he does have a great matchup this week. So as long as it's not raining or anything like that, he could actually go quite well. What do you reckon Ash scores tomorrow, says Moonboy? Probably depends. Either it's raining or the camera is really bad. Dacos +6 coming up here. Okay, it was just the camera. Good. I was going to say, it either looked like it was pouring of rain or it was just the camera. It was a camera, thankfully. So, but yeah, Dacos got a +6. That's nice to see. Dacos could go big tonight. I thought about the VC, but I just thought, I'm like, well, if he's going absolutely massive, he's going to get attention. So I was just worried that he's not going to go like 160, 170, but who knows? He's had a decent start. Has Nick. Couple of touches early. Looks like Newcomb's the one matched up on him at the moment. G'day, Bale says Rodler. G'day, Rodler. Hope you're going well. But yeah, what do I reckon Ash scores, Moonboy? I think he'll go 122 tomorrow. I reckon he'll go well. Probably depends if Whitfield's in defence. If Whitfield's not in defence, he probably goes bigger. But if Whitfield is in defence, I think Whitfield will be back in defence. I can't see this forward role sticking. He's a half back. I think he, we'll go back. Another hold on the ball. This goes to my check this time. Let's do a bit of a refresh of scores. Been a few minutes, a few touches flying around. There you go. Dacos up to 8. Ned Long's on 5. We like to see that. And Barras, easy intercept mark there. Just Dacos along tonight too, says Moonboy. I've Martin 116 VC there if I want it. Ash and Smith attempting, says Moonboy. Yeah, I'll do what Bales just says limits. Just Dacos to me says limits. Dacos getting easy up at +6. Very nice, says Elizeno. Yep, I hope we can see a few more of those. That's the thing I think with Dacos that's really sort of hampered his consistent ceiling is that he doesn't get as many of those easy +6 marks. He'll get a couple, but he doesn't get as many. So actually, he could be on here for one down the line. Membry should have gone to him and he just completely ignored him. Why are you ignoring Nick Dacos for? That was a very poor decision. Well, here's Dacos there working overtime, get another disposal, another kick for Nick. Couple early touches, good to see. Ned Long, another kick as well. So Ned Long's had 3 touches here. There's Dylan Moore with the intercept mark. Would love Long to ton up against his Moonboy. Oh, mate, you and me both. I'd definitely love that. Bad camera says Brisbane Bloods. Yep. Limit says, I'm ranked like 21k. Going to trade Sheasel out this week. Take a few punts and bank some cash. Any ideas who's worth a punt? Sheasel, Short, and Reader my trade outs. Well, as I said, if you want to take a real punt, Jeremy Cameron could be the real punt. He's got some decent matchups for his bye. It doesn't come without risk, though, obviously. But that's obviously just one off the top of my head that we're talking about that could be okay. But yeah, I think Short Reed can go. I think I'd still keep Shees, but if you're taking a punt, then obviously you'd trade him out, right? Jammer Crack 27. How do you feel about trading Calvin Ridley and Tucker Craft for DK Metcalf? That's a good question, actually. Yeah, it took me a second to click onto what you're asking, but obviously, I'm obviously in league with Jammer there, fantasy league, and I traded Ridley and Tucker Craft for DK Metcalf. Yeah, mate, didn't end up working well. So that's what I was saying in the league, though. Everyone got so angry, and I'm like, at the end of the day, I've always been of the belief in a fantasy league. If 2 people agree to trade, who gives a shit what the rest of the league thinks, unless it is obvious collusion, which that was definitely not collusion. And look, it backfired for me. So it didn't work in the slightest. So again, at the end of the day, didn't work. So there's Nick Dacos. Oh, there you go. Great mark. Is that his first contested mark of his career? I reckon someone said that he hadn't taken a contested mark before. But that was a contested mark against Warple. So Dacos has started very, very well. Going along very, very nicely. Let's have a refresh at this. But he is going to be... Well, it's currently... There it is. He's up to 21. Jeez, okay. Oh, so close to VCing him. Nearly did it after chatting on the live with Jordox, but decided not to. Jammer Quack 27. Yeah, people got extremely fired up in that chat. Crazy how Metcalf just sucked too. That was the thing as well. Like it went the worst way possible because he was just insipid in how bad he was for the remainder of the year. So it was quite funny how it worked out. At the end of the day, a bit of fun. And is what it is. But yeah. Jammer, what do you think? I know obviously we're in the league together, but as I said, I always think I've been in leagues multiple times, and not even trades I've done, but trades other people have done that people have complained about. I've always thought as long as 2 people agree a trade, that's it, right? The trade with Luka to Lakers, right, was so far in the Lakers' favour it was not funny. But it didn't matter because the 2 teams agreed to it, and that's it. And what do you guys think? So I'm interested to see what the chat thinks in this topic, talking about it. Even in an AFL Fantasy draft, if you trade away a good player and you get in 2 spud players in return, but the 2 teams agree to it, are you more like that shouldn't happen? Or is it more that, okay, well, if the 2 teams agree to it, if it's not obvious collusion, then that's it? Because I've always been the belief if 2 teams agree, it might be a bad trade for one way, but at the end of the day, that's the team's fault that agreed to it, whatever it is. So just interested in what people think. Where were we? Would you go a Berry, Sheldrick, and go down to 20 and not play Bo Allen, or go a Halloran and 21 on field? Ooh, good question. That won't be a Dacos tackle, surely. There's Dylan Moore, who started pretty well. He's missed behind there. Yeah, so you go Berry or Sheldrick, go down to 20 and not play Bo Allen, or go O'Halloran 21. I would go Berry or Sheldrick because I like them more than O'Halloran, and Bo Allen's not going to be a best 18 player anyway. So that would be where I'd split it. I'm starting to warm more to Berry over Sheldrick. I was probably Sheldrick over Berry earlier in the week, but Berry's got the extra week of cash gen potential. He's got he just got a 120 against West Coast. I know he's not going to be subbed this week, but obviously after this week, who knows? That's my only worry, Berry. But if you don't have a lot of players that you have to trade out like next week or the week after, I think Berry's the play. But Sheldrick has only got 2 weeks and he's on his bye as well. So I'm starting to warm to Berry over Sheldrick now. And if someone asked me now, what would you do right now? I'd probably do that option. Nick Dacos is free. Nick Dacos is free for another plus. Well, he's going to get a handle +5. So this has been a big start for Nick Dacos. I didn't put him in my game day squad, which I might regret now, not putting him there, but could be Nick. Here's Ned Long with a handball. Is that going to be holding the ball? See, that's a bullshit holding the ball call. Ned Long got tackled straight away. That's a crap call. I don't like that call at all. And out of bounds. But Nick Dacos has had a big start to this game. He's up to 26 already. So part of me wishes I did VC him. But surely I would imagine if he keeps dominating, Hawthorn are just going to put some attention to him. He's not going to just run this free, I don't think, all night. And if he is, then, yeah, right, that's pretty... So Connor Nash has gone to him at the stoppage at the moment. Is that another free against Ned Long? Yeah, Ned Long. So Ned Long had a good start, but he's now just given away two consecutive free kicks again. So that sucks. He's now down to... Oh, God, he's now down to 4 points. He's had 4 touches, no marks, no tails, but he's now down to... Yeah, so unfortunately, it was a good start for Long, but 2 free kicks against pretty quickly have meant that his score doesn't look very good now. Where were we? Rod, the thingy Brayshaw, not sure about Brayshaw scoring the wet, but Green's 80-odd last week doesn't fill me with confidence. Who should I get in? I'd go Brayshaw over Tom Green. I think Brayshaw is going to be close to a top 8 mid than what Tom Green will. Tom Green he's showed one good score against Geelong, but been very up and down lately. So, see now Josh Ward's on Nick Dacos. So it doesn't really look like they got a tag as such yet. Don't know. That'll be potentially a tag or 2 for Dacos there. Not sure if you'll get either of them or both. We'll see. But yeah, people got said that before from Gemma Quack. G'day, Buzz. Hope you're going well, mate. Thanks, Marco. I hope you're going well as well. I'm just thinking if there's talk about Sheasel holding that role for a bit, I'd be happy to trade back into him if he changes back and scores well. May as well get him out and try and go up the ranks with a punt. Yeah, mate, don't mind it. Don't mind if you want to go down that path. Jammer Quack, yeah, I didn't have an issue with it. We're all grown-ups, losses, Jammer Quack. And yeah, agreed. I know a lot of people don't know, unfortunately. JR, have Levi with the E on him with Cleary score. Will Cleary score more than him, said JR. That was actually good. We had that question in our pre-lockout chat. I think it really comes down to how many dots you've got, if Levi was going to count for you. If you're expecting Levi to count for you, and you've only got like 19, then maybe just bank the 57, just because if you get a 40, then that might count for you as well. If you've got like 21 dots and Levi's going to be near the bottom and you've got a decent squad, I'd probably take it on and go Cleary. It's really team dependent. I didn't even loot Levi, so I just played him on field, but I looped like an Angus Clark and a few others. Angus Clark and Kai Lohman on my bench. So obviously taking Lohman, and I'll take obviously Clark just because I've got the 21 with including him. So I just have to take him anyway. Nick Dacos is free in the centre. That was bullshit from Hoskin Elliott. What are you doing, mate? He had both Ned Long and Nick Dacos free in the centre, and he went for home himself on the boundary. Good on you, mate. You're not Rankin. You're not Dacos. You're not one of these guys that can kick miracle goals, mate. What a spud. kick a goal Ned Longs. Get a +6 Ned Long, says Moon Boy. Hopefully get some more points. But yeah, frustrating getting away 2 free kicks early. Dacos is going huge tonight. Hawks don't have anyone that can run with him, says Arizona. Oh, well, they've got Finn McGuinness. I think that if he's going absolutely nuts, they'll pull a trigger early and go him with the tag. Oh, here's Ned Long. Ned Long, go for goal. Hang on, Nick Dacos. Dacos! Goal for Nick Dacos. He's going massive. He is going massive. Wow. He's on 39. Oh, why didn't I VC him? Oh. He's a good say. He might, if he gets tagged, he might still go really quiet after this, but he has had a big start to the game. Yeah, damn it. I thought about it, and I thought, do I want the upside play? But I'm like, if I waste it now and just made a rush decision to go and VC just because one guy's not tagging him, I'm like, is that going to be the play? I had it on Dawson. Dawson at the moment. I've gone between him and Brayshaw for a few days, but yeah, Dacos going massive, I reckon. Brisbane Bloods, when do I trade Briggs? I took the pump, but didn't work. Don't want to trade to X next week because I'm targeting Rosie Critters Bont. He has a very, very, very good run coming out, though. I would go X over all of those guys. I think X you have to get in. He's got such a good run coming up. I just think he's the number one priority if you don't have him. So I'd be going Briggs to him next week. Thoughts on Riley Sanders to Cody Angoves the trade, says Andrew. Don't mind if you can get the 2 upgrades outside of that. Sally, is Ollie Wands a smoky next week? I think he is. Yep. Yeah, for sure. I think he's a smoky. You got to consider. Yeah, I'd be looking at it potentially. My third trade is Daniel. I can go anyone and have 1.1 mil. Currently deciding between Anderson and Steele. Who else do you like? Yeah, both those guys are good. I'd probably go Steele just because he won't be tagged, whereas Anderson I think will be. There's Dacos again. He's up to 41 now. He's gone big. I know Jordox went the VC on him, so he would be very, very happy at the moment, the way it started. Holmes, Sinclair are 2 others I like if you don't have them. If you don't have Jordan Dawson, I don't mind paying up for him because he's the only real round 15 premium mid that's got that buy. Yeah, so a few options there, Chris. I do like Steele, though, for he's looked pretty good. But does McRae coming back, does that affect his ball winning? And does he go back to just getting 20 touches? But he's looked good. Thanks, Bales. Brayshaw helps overall win my buys too, says Rod there. Yep, if that's the case here, go Brayshaw. And I like it, mate. All good to help. Stu, who do you have in this game, Bales? Just Dacos and Ned Long for me. Obviously, Dacos has started. Actually, I just remembered. Nick Dacos is a unique in my matchup in the Content Creators Cup because Louis doesn't have him. So if I don't mind if Dacos goes massive tonight now, like the bigger the better, really, because it could actually help me win my matchup. And Louis up near the top as well. So this could actually really help. But it's been 1 quarter. They could tag him and he could just get to a 90 from here. But if he goes big tonight, good. I just remembered these are unique. So got 20, but that's with Clark and Boxall, says JR. Elizabeth says Dacos. Aiming on the bench for 9 minutes. WTF. What's Josh Dacos doing, says Chris. Yeah, he's been quiet to start the game. Haven't seen much of him. Nick Dacos with a smother there. He's going to... Oh, Josh Dacos dropped it. And he completely ignored Nick. Went to Ned Long, though, instead. So Ned Long, another handball. So Ned Long started well. He just hasn't got the tackles and marks to get that score up. And... yeah, does he get... potential plus... Nick Dacos could be on for a +6 here, you know. He's in a... oh, he went to bloody Pendles instead of Nick. Good to see Lockie Schultz back as well after that big concussion a couple of weeks ago against Freo. It was a pretty bad concussion, that one. Got the kick smothered, but got the handball away in the end. I reckon if there's one player in the forward 50 I don't want to get tackled by, or I want to get rid of as quick as possible, Bo McCreary's up there. Bo McCreary's a scary man. If you're in your defensive 50 and you've got the ball and he's charging at you, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near him and be an opposition player. It spells trouble because he's such a good tackler. Brisbane Buds, my thought process for my third trade is to trade Sheasel to Stewart. Banking 679k. Next week, Corey Warner downgrade to a basic rook, then gives me 950k to go Trainer and Lindsay to Rosie and Bont. If you've got a plan, mate, follow it. If you like that plan, that's your plan, go for it. I'm not going to talk out of it because everyone's team's different. just because I say keep Sheezel, it's all team dependent at the end of the day. People might have different stuff they need to do, but if that's what gets you the 2 guys you want, then go for it. Or snuck in. Still side bottom goal. Collingwood out to 11 points, leaders there. I VC'd Nick Martin rolling into Bailey Smith as captain, says Andrew. Yep, and you can see if you want to take the 116 or not. Limits, can someone remind me how to hang out my washing at halftime, says Limits. Why is that, Limits? Why are you saying that? Not owning Max and Dacos may kill me out of top 10k this week, says Corey. Yeah, again, we'll see what Nick does, right? He's on 41. He's had big quarters before, and he's gone missing for a quarter or two when he's been tagged. So just because he's started well, it's a good start, but still 3 quarters to go. He could still go obviously really well, but he could also be quiet. We need to see, because Collingwood are winning, and Dacos is having a big part in that. So Hawthorn will adjust at quarter time. They would have had plans in place if Nick started well. They'd adjust. So. Kenny and Wines, who do you think would be better for next week? Matt Kenny's the better play long term. He's going to be a top 6 forward. He's looking great in that Dogs team. He's expensive, but the buys is where you can start bringing in a few more of these guys that you couldn't get because you got 3 trades. But obviously, you've got to take into account what the rest of your team's looking like. Do you need that cash for another upgrade? That sort of stuff. Hang out your washing at halftime, says Moonboy. Otherwise, I'll forget, says Limits. Is Bice to Hardeman next week a play if the Sheezel continues, says Chris. Yes, I'm looking at Hardeman very closely next week. I'm not trading Bice next week, though. Bice has got Richmond. If there's ever a week Bice is going to go big, it's going to be next week. So I'm keeping Bicey for that matchup. But yeah, I think Hardeman's a great target next week. Someone I'm definitely looking at. Moonboy, Marshall to Cherry an option next week. It is. Who's your other ruck, Moon Boy? That would be my question. No regrets getting Kenny last week, says Moon Boy. Yep, he was obviously good again last week. At 6 tons in a row, something I reckon he's got. Make sure you do smash like on the video if you haven't already. We are already up to 14. So we're nearing quarter time though. So if we get another 11 to get up to 25, that would be fantastic. So make sure you guys do smash a like. Clark shows as only 30% owned, pretty low considering the money to be made. Surely a leg up for others moving forward. Hasn't updated. He was brought in by over 44,000 coaches, so he'll be a lot more owned than probably that. But then again, he had 0 ownership. So obviously we know there are a fair few teams that signed up and then haven't made any trades or anything like that. There's Dacos with a handball. Trying to give it to Ned Long. Ned Long was being held. Amon, that could be holding the ball. Lipinski, Pendles, does he give it to Dacos there? No. Nick Dacos could be open here. If Bobby Hill no, it's going to go out of bounds. I have Hardeman. Shame his ton was on my bench, says Moonboy. Oh, it's good. At least you got the cash gen. That's, I guess, a positive. I know it sucks that he's on your bench. English, I think he had. So English from other ruck will give me 2 playing rucks for remainder of the buys. You could go Marshall to Cherry, but I'd just question what else you could do with that trade. Just because Marshall's still going to be good, right? I know that he's got the bye next week. That's my only question. But Cherry's obviously a great option, right? So it's very luxury. Just depends what else you can do with that trade. Will Turner, yo, how are you doing? How you going, Will? Hope you're going well, mate. We are going well. Nick Dacos had a pretty good start, which is good to see. Ned Long had a good start, but gave away 2 free kicks and is now not doing as good, but hopefully he can get going. Thoughts on my second trade, Davidson and Martin, and my third trade, Hewitt to Steele. Yeah, tick from me, mate. Hewitt's been obviously very poor. He's got such a high break-in. He's going to keep dropping money. So he can go. And Jackson's a good option. Nick Martin was a great trade last night. And Davidson was a good trade as well. So, yeah, Andrew, tick from me. Good trades. We've got just over 5 minutes to go as well. Don't think Nick Dacos has been to the bench yet, which is interesting. So we'll see what happens there. I think the thing with Dacos, he's got 3 marks already. 3 marks, 2 tackles. So he's actually getting those other points to really sort of get that score up. That'll be out in the full. Train named at half back. Have we heard anything regarding if he'll be playing up forward? I don't think so. Something I'll be keeping an eye on because I could keep him and get an extra number this week and bench Angus Clark score because he was my emergency. Just depends. I know they've got like Caleb Smith and guys like that. Nick Dacos is free. Nick Dale's come off for a rest, though. That's annoying. My check should have given it to Nick before he came off. Would have got an extra touch. But oh well. What are we up to? We're up to 19 likes. Appreciate everyone that's liked it just then. We've got a few more since I asked, so appreciate that. If you haven't smashed a like yet, then please do. Obviously, 100 is our goal every stream. So if we can get there, that would be fantastic. It's a bad kick. Must as well get the free kick there. Aim on -3. Is he on -3 still? Yeah, wow. So not great start. Sicily +6 coming up. Funny enough, there was actually an option I actually looked at during the week if I was getting 2 primos, was Amon and Dunkley. So safe to say, I'm glad I didn't go that option. Knowing my season, I probably, if I went that option, I would have done that and I would have just been going, yep, here we go. Typical. But Kyle Lohman, very happy with his 79 last night. 3 free kicks against was unusual. He doesn't normally give away too many free kicks. And he gave away 3, which was annoying. And that 79, I think he missed a couple of chances where teammates really probably could have given it to him to get his confidence up. They didn't. Could have kicked 5 last night. He was really good. Probably one of the best on the ground. I know score wasn't up there, but he was very, very good last night. And good to see him back in a bit of form. Obviously, his ankle just for a quarter time got me worried, and Alice Lynch said, he's been subbed out, and I thought, here we go. But then he's not on the ground, so that was clearly a stuff up of words or something. But Brisbane Bloods, if I do the Shees to Stewart trade, I'll have Trainer on my defender bench, but have Gray on field in forward line. Would you go Jezza or Myers over Stewart to get Trainer on and Luke Gray with Cleary? Yes, I would. Myers is safer, right? Myers is a safer play, better long-term play. Jeremy Cameron's if you want to take a real punt. But I think goes well this week. He's got Gold Coast next week. That might be trickier. He's a key forward. He could drop a 50 at any point. But he could also get massive this week. I'd go Myers over Stewart to get Trainer on field over Gray for this week. You can always look at Stewart next week because he's so cheap, mid-price play for 3 weeks. Because obviously, right, we're targeting players purely off their bye. But we saw last year, people that went for a Jack Crisp had the final bye or the second last bye. People got him first week of the buys or second week of the buys, and he still made some good cash and points. So if there's a mid-pricer that's still looking good, that's got a few more weeks left, at least 2 weeks, preferably 3, I think. So like Kyle Lohman, for example, for people that didn't jump on him this week, he is still a good option next week, even though he's got a buy coming up, because he's cheaper and he's going to make some cash for you in 3 weeks. So, if so, which player are Jezza and Myers? Yeah, as I said, I'd go Myers to be safer, but Jezza could be a good ceiling play. Had some cash, so went double upgrade this week. Spent the last month covering injuries, so it felt good, says Mean Boy. Yeah, mate, I don't mind it. I think this is a good week to make a double upgrade as well. I know, because every play will miss a week at some point anyway. But even if you upgrade next week, you're missing a premium score this week anyway. That's how I look at it. So I'm fine with double upgrading this week and doing it like that. So, yep, I like it. There's Ed Allen with a kick. I wonder what Ed Allen scores on. We'll check very soon. My mate has 500 on Dacos under 29 touches. 500. Jeez, I wouldn't have done that. Dacos sort of player that if he didn't get tagged, he could just go nuts. So, yeah, right. Well, the way it started, he's looking pretty good. So, I'm hearing Stewart may not play this week, says Corey. Where'd you hear that, Corey? Where'd you hear that? Thoughts on Lawler to McAuliffe, says Zane. Yep, tick for me. Yep. You get a guy that's going to make some cash for you, getting rid of a guy that's on that's going to be out for a while. So, yep, tick for me. Starting to crash that, says Ben, with the aim on -3 max is not happy either. I give up. Yeah, he's obviously hasn't started very well at all. Hey, he could have a 40-point quarter and save it, right? And then all of a sudden he's on track for a good score. So just because one bad score, is fine. Oh, Ned Long, no touch, so he just hits it on. Ned Long's TOG, I think, has been up in this game so far. We'll have a look, but he obviously hasn't had a lot of points so far. But Ed Allen, is the song going to go before my check marks it? Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have been a goal. That's quarter time. That quarter went really quick, actually. So quarter time anyway. We are on 22 likes. So if you haven't liked it yet, please smash a like on the video. Obviously, we try and get 100 on every stream. Bobby Hill and Jack Ginnivan going at it at quarter time. Let's have a look at the scores. Aim on bench 12 minutes. Yeah, that doesn't help, obviously. So let's have a look at the scores at quarter time. So my check is on 40. No, okay, they've adjusted it. Okay, did they count? Oh, no, I don't know what they're doing. So Ginnivan's top scoring, 47. 2 goals, 10 touches. Good start for him if you got him in draft. Steals, side bombs on 44. Nick Dacos, 43. Obviously, very good start for him. My check, 42. Josh Battles on 41 with 6 marks. Houston, 35. He's very, very cheap. I just don't think you can trust him. Warple's 32. Chol, 31. Meek, 30. Oh, actually, Battles on 45 now. Did they adjust something there? They must have given him a tackle or something, I reckon. Howard, 27. I think I said Meek, 30. But Pendle's 26. Nash, 26. Crispy, 25. Moore's on 21. Had a really good start, but went pretty quiet after that. Just on 21 for anyone that's still rocking with him there. Newcomb's on 20. Ed Allen's on 18. If anyone did take the punt on him. Perryman, 16. Josh Dacos on 15, so he's been a bit quiet to start. Ned Long's on 10. He's had 7 touches, a lot of handballs. 94% TOG for Ned Long. Yeah, right. Just no marks, no tackles, which sucks when he got all those tackles last week. Hopefully he can get those up from here on. Conor McDonald's on 8. Sicily's on 7. Darcy Cameron's on 7 as well. He hasn't had a touch, Darcy Cameron. He's had 1 tackle, 6 hitouts. Carl Amon's on 0. Yeah, so some interesting low scores here. But then there's also some big scores. Obviously, Nick Dacos being the main one that a lot of people have got there. So, interesting start for the game. Hopefully, Ned Long can get it going. And hopefully, Amon, for those that have got him, can get it going as well. Brisbane Buds, the other option's going to Petrarca, but I don't think I'll be able to get Rosie and Bont next week. Would only leave me with 350 to 400k in the bank. To be honest, I would still, Brisbane Buds, I would go Petrarca. If it works for your buys, which is obviously what you're looking at with this play, I would go for it because, okay, if you don't get Bont and Rosie next week, that's fine. Just get the other one the week after. So I'd be happy enough only getting one. But who knows? What if a premium gets injured? What if a mid-price you want to trade in future weeks is more expensive and you trade him early? So I'd be happy to. I'd get Petrarca this week, but just get the better player. But Cameron or Myers could be okay as well. So it's completely up to you. But I'd go Petrarca. Someone in my group chat was chatting about it. He is flying. He is a watch and see. If he's flying, obviously he's done it already. But if he's flying, I think he plays. Come on, Ned says, Moonboy, agreed. Long not doing well with the other veteran Collingwood mates back in, Pennells and side bottom. He does better when the midfield is just him and Dacos like last week. Yeah, I thought he played well. He just hasn't got the tackles and marks and the score up. So I'm still think he can get to a good score tonight. Just not a great start. Ben, at least you don't have Amon. Hopefully they can get to better scores in moving forward. What's Amon on, says Moonboy. He's on 0. So, yeah, not a great start. Vanessa Valentine, would you go for Toby Green, Myers, or Matt Rao? Love his next 2 games and might get a lot of tackles. I'm not big on the Matt Rao pick personally. I just don't think he's got a consistent floor where he doesn't get the marks. He gets the tackles, but if his tackles aren't there and he gets low touches, then he doesn't score well. So I wouldn't go him. And I'd probably go Myers out of those 3, just because Toby Green apparently had a bit of an injury at training today. Drew Jones, obviously, Goat Fantasy, posted that, so I'm not as keen. Is there other options, Vanessa, you're considering besides those 3? Or how much cash you got in the bank? Or how much cash you shopping for? That'd be my question. But I'll go Myers out of those 3. Moonboy says, oh, yeah, sorry, Ben, you win. Yeah, not great stuff, Amon, but hopefully he can get going from here. Any adjustments? Let's have a look. Doesn't look like it. No. At least Ned Long's on double digits, right? I'll take that. At least he's on double digits. And he has had quarters where he only scores 10 points and all of a sudden gets a good quarter and he's on 40-odd points for the half. Like, he could easily have a 30-point quarter and be on 100 at the half. Like, we're not looking at another 130 again, right? I didn't think it was going to happen against Hawthorn. I was hopeful, but Hawthorn are a tough matchup to score against. Tough team to score against, sorry. I feel like Myers is the type of player to be good for consistent 25-point quarters or have a 10-point quarter, then have a terrible game. Petrarca is better for my buys by a long way. Well, if that's the case, Brisbane Buds, do that. Do Petrarca. Petrarca's better for your buys, do Petrarca. Not a great start to the night. Dacos 15 and Amon 0. Oh, you're talking about, sorry, I was thinking Dacos, but you're talking about Josh Dacos. Yeah, he's been a bit quiet. Deacon Edit says, hi, how you going, Deacon? Hope you're going well. Brisbane Buds already have 5 or 6 round 16 by Primos. Yeah, no, so I would be definitely doing Petrarca. If you've already got 5 or 6, 5, like, for me, anything over 5 is too many. 5 is the limit. But I think if you've got 4 or less, it's a really good spread. Like, I haven't got any more than 4 on a buy, and I'm happy with that spread. That's why I went Warner this week, right? So if I could get any player this week that I wanted, Warner probably wouldn't be the top target. I'd probably go for a Sinclair instead. I'd probably almost go for a Jack Still instead. I'd go for a Tom Green. I'd go for someone that's got a high ceiling. But Chad Warner works for my buys. I've only got 2 round. That's my weakest round in terms of premiums. Is round 14. And Warner's the only forward premium with a buy in that round. So that's why I've gone him instead. So I think purely this week, the premium you bring in is got to be on buys. That's what I'd be looking at. Andrew, my next trade, looking at Ginnivan. I wouldn't be looking at Ginnivan, Andrew. He's a good draft play, but not in Classic. Your aim on without score. Oh, God. I didn't expect to be yawning. Your aim on without score, my Sicily, says DJ. You probably say so, yeah. Here's Nick Dacos again. Another handball. No, he gives it straight to Massimo, though. Not a great handball, but we'll take the points. What are all these crowns, says Fast Out Frenzy, eating bars? Oh, I think it's something YouTube are doing. It's just like I think it's whoever's commented the most tonight or something. I'm not sure. Something to do with like whoever's commented the most or something like that. I think it's something to do with that. I'm not sure. Some new thing that YouTube have got. Here's Nick Dacos again. Another handball. So another couple of touches for Nick early in the quarter. I think Ned Long started on the bench, which is not surprising. Ned Long will probably have 2 bench stints this quarter. Start on the bench and come off late in the quarter because he played so much in the first quarter. But yeah, Fast and Friendly. Hope you're going well, mate. Zane, do we get 3 trades each buy round? Yep. So this round 13, 14, 15, 16, all 3 trades, which is great. Stanley says, yo, g'day, Stanley. Hope you're going well. Oh, Nick Dacos intercept here. We'll get maybe a handball here. Yep, handball. Might get it back, though, from Quainer. Yep, and a kick for Dacos. Dacos is ready. Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. This is a big, big game. Going along really well. Fast and Friendly, train to McAuliffe or Anderson? Looking to bring in Bont next week. I would go Anderson because you get the upgrade this week. But if you're just like, well, I can get 2 upgrades next week guaranteed, then maybe do that one. But if you can go get the upgrade this week, I'd probably still go there. But yeah, it's a tricky one. In terms of premiums, then 13 I have. So I've got in round 13 I've got 2, round 14 I've got 4, round 15 I've got 3, round 16 I've got 5. Well, if that's the case, I'd be going for a round 13 player, Brisbane Bloods. So if you can afford a Nasiah or a Jack Sinclair or a Jack Steele, then I'd go for one of those to even it out. Because then you've got 3. Would be 3, 3, 3, and 5. Is that right? Something like that, maybe. Studley says, come on, Josh, my matchup has Chol. Yeah, right. That'd be interesting that he's got Chol. Zane saying anyone else bringing in a ruck. Not this week. I've got Marshall Cherry, so I'm pretty comfortable with those two, I reckon. Moonboy Dacos has repaid the faith over the last 2 weeks finally. Let's just wait. Let's wait. He's had a good start. He's on 50, which is great, but I don't want to get... I've done this. It's happened before. We've got really, really happy about a player's score, then they go missing. So I just want to keep it under a cool at the moment. He's going well, going along nicely. So Moonboy, we can revisit that at the end if he goes well again. We'll be trading in a rookie ruck that's playing a good idea. No, I wouldn't be getting in a rookie ruck. I wouldn't be doing that, Zane. Nathan Thomas, I have 8 on round 16. Traded 3 in this week, but plan to trade 2 or 3 of them by then. That's fine. It's more that if you've got preems that you're not going to trade and you're going to have more missing. But if you've got 5 preems in round 16, but you're going to trade a couple of them, that's fine. There's Dacos again with another handball. Go it straight to Darcy Cameron. He's got ping for holding the ball. Oh, Newton's played on advantage. It's actually going to work. Here's Ginnivan again. Ginnivan for a 3rd goal. He's kicked it, I reckon. Has he got it? He's got it. Yeah, Ginnivan, 3rd goal. Gets the margin back. Is it back to 4 points? Is that what it is now? Yeah, back to 4 points. Yep, 4-3 to Hawthorn, 5-1 to Collingwood. Brisbane Bloods. That includes my trade-in of Sarong and Steele, who I already had. That is why I was targeting 13 and 15 because trades I only have Dawson and Rankin in round 15. So yeah, go round 15. Yep, go round 15. Nick Tago's got a contested mark. Says Stelly. Yeah, I saw. Yep, against Warple. Yep. Corey Bladich, I was cheering with Martin 104 at 3/4 time and thought 150 for sure and went missing in that last quarter. Yeah, that was unfortunate. But 116 still a great score. But yes, obviously if you had him VC or whatever and you had him there, you would have thought it was going to be bigger. But yeah, quite last quarter. But it was a tough matchup anyway. So good score. Zane Thornton is me having 500k plus each week bad bales. If you're talking about just in the bank, yes, because it means you're missing out on potentially points. I don't mind cashing up for a week, but then you've got to use it the week after, right? You can't keep 500k in the bank every week, so it means you're missing out on a potential premium score each week. If you cash up 1 week, you've got to use it really that next week. If Carnage strikes and you get 2 forced trades, then okay, you might hold it for 1 more, but you can't hold it for longer than that extra week. Bales already did Reid to Clark and short to Holmes. 3rd trade's trainer 1 of 2 of Anderson and McAuliffe. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Slept in a bit today, so I shouldn't be yawning so much. I'd go Anderson. You get the upgrade. You get Anderson. Already done 1 upgrade. I'd get the 2nd upgrade. I'd get him in. The only reason I wouldn't get Anderson in is if you've got like 22 this week and you've got like 14 or 15 preems already and you're happy with the rest of your 18, 19, 20 scorers and you can afford to hold the cash and get the better upgrade next week, that's the only way I'd do it. But I'm more likely just get the upgrade this week and get the better score. I don't know if that'd be a tackle for Dacos. I just can't find the right players to use my cash on, says Zane. There's plenty of players out there to upgrade to. Just got to look at which ones you like, which ones value, do a bit of research, list of some pods, stuff like that. That would be what I'd suggest and see if there's players you like. Because there's got to be a player out there you like. Chose Zach Merritt over Nick Dacos. Ain't that great, says Defenders Bro. Again, it's only been just over a quarter, right? Okay, Nick started well. I've just seen this before, though, where players have good halves, good quarters, and then they go missing. And Hawthorn is the sort of team that could tag him within an inch of his life, and he does nothing. So I'm leaving it yet. And Zach Merritt scored 94, right? He only had 4 marks and was off half back. If he's playing off half back and's got kick-ins, Zach Merritt could be absolutely massive. There's Nick Dacos again, another handball. Yeah, so I'd be still pretty happy if I got Zach Merritt. I was pretty I was a bit cold on Zach Merritt. I he's a great option, but I'm probably looking at him more post his buy. But if he's playing halfback now, I'm probably regretting that. And now I'm like, I probably would have wanted to get him in. Because if he's playing half back, that's a very, very good role. Most won't get 22 this week anyway, as lots have Big X. Yep, that's a good point. Brisbane Bloods, trap leads with 414k, which is probably more than a lot of coaches anyway. Should let me get 2 bench rooks such as Warner and Cleary down and then Foster Rosie. Yep, exactly. And you can do that next week, right? So I'm happy to do it. So yeah, go get Petrarca, Brisbane Bloods. I'll do that. Smash up lights for Bales. Yes, mate. Appreciate it. Please smash up lights. We're on 21, so we're a quarter of the way to our goal of 100, which obviously is our goal every stream. Long is back on finally. So yeah, if you haven't smashed a like yet, please do. Let's try and get to 50 at least by halftime. And then obviously we'll try and get to 100 before then, so smash a like. Liam Rosenberg, fielding all but 3 players this week. I trade Short to get Holmes or Trainer to get Stewart. I would trade Short to get Holmes because Short's not playing this week. We don't know when he's going to be back, right? So I'd do that. This is a joke now. Come on, Amon, says Max. Yeah, he's been very, very quiet. Andrew, what's your thoughts on these Petrarca and Chad Warner for a trade from Reed and Jackson Pryor? Yep, I like that. If you can go Pryor and Reed to Petrarca and Warner, yep, fit your buyers and everything, yeah, I'll do it. Dacos not in the CBA. Wonder if he's either forward or on the bench at the moment. Getting worried about Long now. Looks like he's going to be in the bottom 3 this week, says Elizeno. He's just come on, right? And he's just laid a tackle there. So, yeah, Nick Dacos half forward. Nick Dacos another kick. Great kick to Membry. Membry couldn't take the mark, but yeah, no, I'm not concerned as yet just about Long. I just want to see what he does from here on. But he was always a guy that I was happy to trade as early as next week because I don't have many players to trade next week. So if he put up an absolute stinker, I could trade him next week. But at the end of the day, we obviously want a bit more cash. So if he can go really well, then that's obviously what we want. But let's just see how he goes. Which 2 do you think I should captain out of Whitfield, Gawn, Smith? I keep switching between the 3. So I've got Gawn at number 2, Smith at number 1, and I've got Whitfield at 3. I would actually, in this scenario, I think if you've got all 3, I feel like I'd go Whitfield VC. I just feel like that is a ceiling score there. Whereas going into Smith, at least you can have a look at Whitfield. You get a sense of like what if Baz is playing and all this rumours of if he is going to miss. It's not rumours really. It's just people saying like, oh, he had the shin stuff last week. Is he going to play? I would go Whitfield VC and I'd captain Baz. But you've also got Gawn potentially there as a captain if you want to go there. I just feel like Whitfield's a very different VC. If you want to make some rank, Gawn and Baz are going to be the most popular VC captain combo this week. Like a lot of people got Gawn in the top few. A lot of people have got Baz. They're going to be the top 2. So I would go for Whitfield as a VC as a different option. Because that could gain you a lot of rank against Richmond. So I'd go Whitfield into Smith. Stu, thoughts on Kennedy next week? Need a forward? Yep, he's good. He's expensive, but he's obviously getting it done. 6 tons in a row. I like him as an option. Trained in Dunkley and vice captaincy, says Josh Hopkins. Yeah, he was someone I half looked at this week as an option. I think his matchup last night was great. Obviously, really a bad score, which sucks. And he hasn't been great last probably 2 months. He's had a few tons, but he's had a lot of 90s and lower scores. So it's a bit frustrating if you have got Dunkley and you trade into him. I got him in RDT and I was going all right there, but I've slipped rank last few weeks there, so I'm not happy. But yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. So yeah, sorry, Josh. Apologies that I had him pretty high on the captains. I had him at number 6 this week. I thought he was going to go really well. Brisbane Bloods, who would you VC and see out of Sarong, Green and Steele? Green into Steele out of those 3. I would look at Sarong. Sarong doesn't have the ceiling. He's had a few good big games in his career, but very rarely. I think the other 2 guys have hit it more. I'd go Green to Steele. Green's got the richer matchup. Jack Steele's been pretty good. I'd go those 2. But I'd go Bailey Smith, captain, and probably go Green vice captain there, Brisbane Bloods. Corey, Amon over Ash trade-in at the time when he got his concussion has been a killer. I'm going VC Nasai into Smith this week. Yeah, don't mind it. Yep, I like it. But yeah, Amon over Ash obviously was, it's a bad one. Obviously, I would have probably gone with Amon at the time as well if I had the choice. And it's been unfortunate the way it's turned out. It's been pretty much like me trading out Zach Reed over the other rookies. It went really bad. So, Nathan Toss, REVC, would that be the same for Ash if you don't have Whitfield? Potentially. I just do feel Whitfield has got that massive ceiling. Ash has probably got the ability to do that this week, but he hasn't gone over 125 this year. So I probably don't feel the same still about Ash as that VC. So it depends. So Nathan, who'd be your other options for a VC over Ash? Because I know Jordy's going VC on Ash this week, and Ash could be massive. So I think he's still a good option, a unique one to make some rank. There's Nick Dacos again, another handball for Nick. Oh, there's Amon. Amon, there you go. Amon got a kick. Hopefully that can start something. Is Luggage a good pod? Been killing it, says Moonboy. I think he could be. I'm still just worried that he's the sort of player that can drop a 60 out of nowhere. I do partly now worry a bit for Brisbane and their midfield in terms of being fantasy options consistently. Because you've got Neil, you've got Will Ashcroft, you've got Dunkley, you've got McCluggage, and then you've even got guys like your Berries and your Rayners and guys like that go in there for CBAs and can get some, like Rayner not as much, but more like Berry, but those guys can get good scores, and they all seem to share it around. So it's like 1 week, one guy will go 110, like Will Ashcroft did that last night, but then the other, and McCluggage did it, but then next week it'll be Neil and Dunkley. So it seems like not all of them can score really well, and they do share it around. So that's my only worry with Brisbane moving forward. So there's Weddle. Mark in the goal square. I don't know if that was should have been a free kick, but Sup Duty, says Deacon. Good day, mate. Hope you're going well. Harry Thomas, would you take the Martin VC or go Baz captain, says Harry Thomas. I would wait and see as to how the rest of the round's going. I'm still, at this stage, if someone asks me right now, I'm taking 116, but it's going to be very team dependent. If you need a big score later in the round, maybe you take it on. But I'm always at 110 plus line. And I think during the buys as well is you could go one of two ways. See how the rest of the round goes. At this stage, I'm leaning to taking it. But if you're really, really struggling, maybe you could go and take it on. But it's a tricky one. That's why, obviously, we love our players going 120 plus, and it's like, it doesn't matter. Anywhere around that 105 to 115, close to 120 as well, is where you were like, do I take it or not? Brisbane Buds, what out of Whitfield, Steele, Green or Smith? Is a pod VC and C the way to gain rank? As I've slipped down for Nick. I'd go out of those for Whitfield into Smith. I think you can go a unique VC, but if it fails, you got to go probably the safer captain play. That's what I'd do. So I'd go Bailey Smith, captain of Brisbane Buds. Nathan Thomas, currently Dawson into Gorn or Baz. Just trade in Ash just because he was cheaper. Can afford Whitfield, though. I don't know about Whitfield as an in because he's so expensive. But if you've already got Whitfield, that's where I like him as a VC. In terms of those options there, I'd probably go Ash over... Probably go Ash over Dawson for the ceiling, for the better matchup. I don't know if that was a free kick against Dacos or not, but someone got him high. I would go Ash VC, just with the upside of the Richmond matchup over Dawson. But at the moment, I've got Dawson VC. I've been flipping and flopping between him and Brayshaw VC. So, Moonboy, the annoying thing with Martin was that he was on 120. They took a tackle away after the game. Yeah, I know. I saw that. I hate when they do that. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, make sure you guys smash like on the video. We're up to 30. No, we're up to 29. Sorry. So been a very quiet night so far. So yeah, if you haven't clicked the like on the video, please do. It helps us out a whole bunch by just a couple of seconds of your time, and yeah, it can help us out a lot. Our streak of 100 plus likes has been going for pretty much the whole season, and yeah, so let's keep it going. Goal for Gunston. We'll do a refresh of scores. It's been a few minutes since I've done that. So you've got Nick Dacos on 56. So let's have a look. So kicks. So he's gone 18, 27, 36, 39, 42, 45, 153. Yes, they gave a free kick against Nick Dacos there. I don't know if it was against him, though. I don't know if it was against him or Pendles, but they gave the free kick against him. So he's on 56. He was on 59. Where's Longy up to? Moore's on 33 now as well. Josh Dacos is still only on 20. Ned Long's on 14, so he just had the one tackle this quarter. Sicily 7, Aim on 6. Yeah, wow, that's really bad for those two. Not a good start. Still Sobol on 66 going well. Could be good for draft. You got him out there. Josh needs to do something, says Harry Thomas. Agreed. Agreed. He's been pretty quiet. I think Nick Dacos is on the bench for a rest. Yep, he's not on the field at the moment, so he's on for a rest. Here's Amon. Hopefully he can get going. He's been very, very quiet. That could be a tackle for... No, that won't be a tackle for Ned Long, unfortunately, because it went to bloody Hawthorn. Gotta hate when players... Hang on. I hate when bloody players tackle... Don't know what Gunston was doing there. I don't know if that was to another player or someone in the crowd. Does anyone know? If someone was watching, they probably can hear the broadcast. What was happening there? If they took away the -3 penalty for free against, I wouldn't be mad. First English 3 in a row, then Long 2 in a row. My players love a -3. It's just there's nothing worse than seeing a player get a -3. It's obviously incredibly frustrating. What do you got, right? So 30 likes. So we're still 70 away, so still a long, long way off of our goal. But if you haven't liked it yet, please do. Our goal is 100 on the stream, so please do that. If you'd like to become a Patreon member as well, head over to patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. If you'd like to have a little bit extra support there as well, then go over there. So Ned Long handball there. At least he got a touch. McCreary inboard to Houston. Oh, Houston was way too relaxed there. Should have done better there. Got the free kick, though. Oh, I thought they were going to Ned Long there. Good kick, though, to Crispy. Crispy lining up. Freeze against should be like -1. Like freeze, like +1. -3 is way too harsh. Says Elzone. That's actually not a bad point, you know. Or even if a free kick for was +2 and a free kick against was -2. I wouldn't even mind maybe something like that, maybe. I've half considered Amon as a round 15 defender. Lucky I stayed away, says Brisbane Bloods. Yeah, he's been very, very poor tonight. I half considered as well, you know. Yeah, it was a round 15 defender. Crispy hits post. I'm surprised that Houston hasn't done as well this year for fantasy as Corey. I am as well. I thought at Collingwood he was going to be the #1 guy back there, absolutely rack up and be consistent. But he's been very up and down. Hasn't had too many ups. Been a lot more downs. But he's having a good night tonight. He's on 51. So had a good start to the game. There's Long. Another handball. Just need some more tackles. Long in some kicks. What are your thoughts on Archer Day Wicks as defenders, bro? He's an option. I just don't love it. He just doesn't have much more than a 40. Bit like a Finn O'Sullivan, been in the forward line, but less job security. He is an option if we need upgrades next week, if we need a downgrade next week, but he's not my top option. I think they'll be better. We'll see how like your Lombards and guys like that go. I'd still prefer Zach Johnson, who I think showed some signs. When we see the next 200+ fantasy sources, I feel like we've had this discussion a few weeks ago. I don't know if we will, to be honest. I just don't think there's a player out there that's going to get... Like, we've had players get close, but they just haven't gone on. Like, a lot of players, if they go that well, they get tagged. You don't have your Rockcliffs and your Swannies anymore where if they don't get tagged, they can just absolutely rack up and teams won't bother tag. Like, Swanee probably different, but Rocky, no one ever really tagged. Mitchell the same. I don't think we've got any really players like that anymore. Like, if Jordan Dawson had a 40 disposal game, there's a chance he could, because I could see him getting like 10 marks and 10 tackles. But Cherry as well, if he had like a 60 hit-out game, had like mid-20s and had a lot of tackles, could get there. But there's not many. Houston's playing second fielder Josh Douglas off halfback. If he ever gets that #1 kick-out halfback role again, he'll be very cheap for what he can do, says Elizeno. That would more be like it'd have to be an injury to to Josh Dacos. That'll be a tackle for Ned Long. Buddy did it. So did Carey and Dunstall. Dunstall had several, says Moon Boy. Yeah, exactly. But they're the big key forwards. Footy's not like that anymore. You don't have the key forwards kicking big bags of goals. Hogan versus Tyson might kick 12, says DJ. Yeah, and that's probably what you're looking for, right? It might be a forward in a tough matchup. There'll be a Dacos tackle. Don't know if he got a second one before that, but definitely got one there. Bales, what is your Ball Boys spicy take for the round? Didn't really think of one, you know. Last week was obviously Nick Martin for a 150 plus, and he did that, so I was pretty happy with that. That came off. If I had to make up one from now, what would my spicy take for the rest of the round be? I don't know. Honestly, I haven't really thought of one, to be honest. So I'm not sure what it would be. There's Josh Dacos with a kick. Kicking board, not quite hitting the target. It's funny how Lipinski's sort of gone away as an option. I remember when he first moved to Collingwood and he played midfield and he dominated in that first game against the Saints. And I remember trading into him. And then he was bad. The role was bad. And I remember trading straight back out of him. I remember that year. What year was that? Was that 23 or 22? One of those years. X versus Flynn next week will be interesting. Oh, geez, that could be absolutely massive. That could be that. Maybe that big score. I know that X in the preseason dominated West Coast, so he'll be. Without spoiling, probably next week with captains, I'd be hard pressed to find an option that's going to be better than Big X next week. So he'll be probably the most popular option. It could be pretty boring next week. It might just be Baz and X next week for a lot of people. That's probably just on thinking about it now. Probably will just be the obvious two. Buddy Smith less than 100 spicy takes us Stu. That is very, very spicy. That would be very interesting if people's VCs failed. There's Amon with a +6. Had a few touches last few minutes, Amon. So starting to get a bit more of the ball. That was Ward out to Jath. Not a great kick, though. Put Jath under all sorts of pressure. Crows beat Swans by 10 goals is my spicy take, says DJ. I'd just be happy with a win, mate. But yes, it'd be good if we won by more. X did very well after his bye last season, so I'm expecting some big scores in the second half of the season from him, says Elizeno. Yeah, that's probably a good call. Brisbane Buds, my spicy take will be one of Whitfield or Green to go 175 plus. Wow, that's like the extra hot at Nando's. That is very, very, very spicy. 175, that would be a season high score from one of them. It could happen. I could see Whitfield doing it, which is the one thing I'm sure I trade into him, but he's going to drop cash, forward roll. Doesn't work for my buys. There you go. Elliott goal. Just under 4 minutes to go. 3 minutes 51, but Collingwood lead by 3 goals, so 18-point lead. Nick Dacos is up to 60, so they just counted one of those tackles, not both. Wonder if he'll get another one added potentially. What's Longy that up to? What do we got? Josh Dacos on 23 still, so Ned Long's 22. Ned Long and Levi were two of the guys I thought were going to be solid scorers for me this week, so that's not great. AM on 18, still not great, but yeah. Some low scores here, some really low scores. This will be very interesting. This is going to shake things up, I think, a bit. Been some low scores last night, low scores tonight. People are going to be looking at their 18 and going, I've only got like 19 dots, and they've already got a few 40s and 50s already counting for them. So could be a pretty tough round. I think a lot of us were saying this could be a pretty tough round for scoring. But I think with some low scores, it looks like it could be that way. Looks like Ned Long's on the bench again, which is not a surprise. I did flag that early in the quarter because he played so much game time the first quarter. I thought, yeah, he might have low game time, and he has, which means that he's going to be on 22 at half time, which is looking like a pretty bad score. So, Long off against his Harry. Yep. 2022 was when Lipinski came to Collingwood. Yeah, so 2022, yep. Lower Brisbane Bloods, let's hope it's Whitfield because I got him in VC. Lozano, Whitfield does have the capability to go 180 plus. He's done it multiple times before. Yep, yeah, he definitely could. Caleb Fife, thoughts on the game so far? I've just got home. Been an interesting game. Collingwood are definitely the team on top. They're up by 4 goals now. Yeah, interesting. Dacos has been good, but obviously a lot of other people have been pretty quiet. Brisbane Bloods, because X has West Coast next week. Would I be better off getting Briggs to X and then Lindsay to a basement and then someone like Trainer to Dale? Potentially Brisbane Bloods. You can assess it next week because who knows if you got. I don't know if you got Ned Long, but you might have to trade him out. There might be something else happen. So yeah, I'd probably look at it next week. But I think your plans for this week is to get track. I like that. Elliot up to second on the Coleman. Yeah, he's had a very, very good year. But I like the Bales plan to take Martin VC until last game and use Smith as a home run if you need it. I should have gone Ash VC into Smith, says Moon Boy. Yeah, I probably would have done. Oh, no, Long's back on again. So he was off for like a minute. He's back on. Oh, we'll take it. I don't know if he just got a tackle then as well. He'll definitely get a free kick against him here, though. He should have stayed off. He should have stayed off, Ned Long. He should have stayed off. This is not looking good. 3 free kicks against him now. That was just absolutely dumb, what he just did then. I don't know why you're holding on to Newcomb before the ball was even got to them. It was just stupid. Just minusing points for no reason whatsoever. So yeah, after 130, could be a low score coming here for Ned Long. So let's hope he can lift, but this has not been a good game at all. Oh, Nick Dacos was short for a lead, but Darcy Cameron didn't see him. Ned Long will get a handball. Another handball again. He probably should have kicked that one. He does handball way too much. I know that's his role, but yeah. Nick Martin's my favourite player outside of Gold Coast, says Moonboy. Cannon 5, who should I trade in out of Green, Stewart, and Sam Berry? Of course, Long gave away a free kick. I would be going, I'm sure that's Toby Green. Oh, geez. They've all got question marks. Does the cash saved by going Sam Berry do anything better? I think Stewart might be the buy play. He's got last buy. You trade him there. Who works better for buys? Does the cash saved work better for you? Kalen, that's probably the question. I think out of those 3, Stewart's the one that's probably going to score the most. But if you need the cash, maybe you go Berry. It's a tricky one. They've all got questions. Come on, Longy. Get Longy. Get a couple of tackles before half time to get yourself near 30 at least. If it wasn't for these free kicks against him, he would actually be going okay. But X did get 168 against the Eagles last year as well, says Corey. Yeah, yep. Yep, he will be very, very high on the captains next week. I probably think he'll be number 1. But again, we'll see. We'll see how, what else. I haven't looked at the matchups or anything like that yet. Still focusing on this week. There's Long. Kick the ball, Longy. You got a kick at least, so he's made up for that -3. But thoughts on Jared Berry, says Defenders Bro. I wouldn't be getting Jared Berry as an option. I'd go McCluggage. I'd go Dunkley. I'd go Neil. And I'd probably go Will Ashcroft all ahead of Berry. So I wouldn't be looking at him. If I save cash, I can bring in Butters and Bont next week for Peatling and Bolton. Yeah, go Berry then. I like those 2 upgrades. Butters, I'd wait a week though. That's the only thing. So if you go Stewart this week and you just get Bont next week, I'd get Butters the following week because Butters has got GWS. He'll probably get the Bedford tag and he's got a 140 odd break even. I'd wait a week and then get him around 14. That's what I'm doing. So I would wait an extra week on Zach Butters. Brisbane Bloods, how spicy is this? Whitfield protected stat line, 45 touches with 32 kicks, 16 marks, 5 tackles and a goal. Convert the high disposal count like Dale couldn't. Yeah, that's extreme. That's probably that's like Carolina Reaper spicy. That's like you're predicting exactly what he's going to do. So we'll see how close you are to that, mate. Elizeno Butters has Bedford Tag next week. I'm waiting at least one more week and then maybe get him if he can turn it around scoring. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely getting in the week after the Bedford Tag. He's going to be that cheap that it's just too hard to ignore. So, yeah, Butters the week after is what I'm doing. Side Bottom's having a good year, says Limits. Yeah, he is. Yep, he's going along very nicely. Yep. Really like fine wine, really. Just keeps getting better, but just keeps performing every year. So I reckon that'll be it for the quarter. Yep, halftime. If you haven't smashed a like yet, please do. We're still only on 32, so I'm starting to get a bit nervous that we might not get the 100 tonight. We're still 68 away, and we're at halftime. So if you haven't smashed a like yet, please do. Trying to get to 100 every stream, but I'm maybe losing a tiny bit of faith that we can get there tonight. But you guys have done every stream, so I'll back in. My Spice Takers Hogan is the highest scorer at the round, says Corey Blackledge. Studley says longer chance to trade. Yeah, I'll look at it next week if he puts up a bad score, because I won't have, besides Bolton, I won't really have any obvious trade outs. And because I bank cash, I might be able to go someone down and then do 2 upgrades. So, yep, something to watch for sure. Dacos had a poor second quarter. Hopefully he can have a big second half like he did last week. But let's have a look at the scores anyway. Have a look at where they sit. So you've got still Solbomb's top score on 73, going along very nicely. Ginnivan's on 70. Mycheck 61. Meek 61 as well. Nick Dacos on 60. So, yeah, obviously only 17 points that quarter. I did say that. I said that he could have a quiet couple of quarters and like he could easily be on 75 at 3-quarter time and only get to a 90. So, hopefully he gets going. Quiet quarter, but still going along okay. Warple and Battle 58. Elliott 56, Houston 54, Ward 53, Chris 51, and then we've got a few guys under. So Cameron actually had a pretty good quarter there. He's on 49 now. He's on like 7, so he had a really big quarter there, Darcy Cameron. 5 tackles, obviously he's helping. Newcomb 43, Dylan Moore 37, McDonald 30, Perryman 27, Ned Long's on 24. Did they add that right? He was on 22, so not IE was. Yes, I've added it. So I didn't give him that tackle that I thought they might have given to him. But yeah, 24 is pretty stinky. Josh Dacos 25 is also very stinky. Amon 18 is stinky. And then Sicily's on 7. That's awful as well. And I know, I hope Jake is I think Jake and Sanch have got Sicily. So that's obviously not great at all. But yeah, some really poor scores so far in this game. Like a lot of coaches will have a few of these guys. Like really, unless you've got Nick Dacos, he's probably the only relevant player that's scoring well. Meek is draft relevant along with a few other guys, but it's been a really sort of poor scoring half from fantasy point of view besides Nick Dacos. Ned Long, WT says would you go Bont and Kennedy, says Callum Fife. Yep, I would go Kenny over Butters next week. Bont or Kennedy, says Stallity. I'd go Bont. Still back Bont in. Hey, mate, haven't been able to catch much of the game. What's the go with Amon? Had a 0-point first quarter with 6% tog. Yeah, got stuck on the bench for like 12 minutes, but it's just been generally very quiet. So, Moonboy, how can Long go from 130 to this? Hawks midfield isn't that great, no day. But yeah, Hawks are still a tough team to score against. He's given away 3 free kicks, so if it wasn't for that, he'd be in the 30s, right? So, yeah, of course there's a Mozzie in here. Give me a sec. Right, give me like 2 seconds. I'm just going to get the fly spray. I hate mosquitoes. Give me 2 seconds. Hang on. Well, I'm actually going to go. I just remember while I do this. I'm actually going to feed my dogs, obviously, as I always do at halftime. So I will be back very shortly. But make sure you guys smash like on the video. Obviously, we're trying to get to 100 as we always do. We're on 38 at the moment. So, yeah, make sure you smash a like. I'll just answer the last couple of ones here. Long giveaway free kicks left and right, says Henry V. Agreed. Nick Dagos finally took a test Martin in that quarter. WTF says defenders, bro. Yeah, first quarter he did, but yes, he did. Make sure we smash likes at halftime, says Moonboy. Yes, exactly, mate. Thank you. Sissy 7.5 might put him hoofy on, says DJ. I jinxed Dacos. Sorry, Bale, says Moonboy. And that's what I said. I was like, we just got to wait until after. Final dot. Thank God us Cameron scored well in that quarter. Moonboy, I really like Richards and McCluggage's pods if you like being different. Yeah, agreed. Maybe you'll have to look at likes as you looked at Martin and Bolton last week because you had a good Watchalong last week. Yeah, limits. That's a good point, actually. Sissy's been so bad this season, says Elizeno. Combine them, you've got 2 tons. Says limits. Even if Stewart or Green score 100, Kenny will play an extra game than them. Just have to hope Barry isn't sub. Yeah, he won't be this week for sure. Definitely won't be this week. He might maybe future weeks, but not this week. So, alrighty. As I said, I'll be back in a sec. Feed the dogs. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. we're back just in time for the second half to start. What are we up to? Up to 45 likes. We're nearly halfway. So if you haven't liked it, smash a like. Sick dog is a sick dog, says Baxter. Come on, Moonboy, you know better. John Sanders says, Levi must trade next week now after being sub yesterday. I don't think he's a must trade, but he is a guy you can start thinking about moving on. Matt Man 13. Hey, Bales, didn't catch the first half. Longy just having a stinker or a role change? No, still the same role, just not a great first half, unfortunately. Thanks for helping with me with my trades. I couldn't decide between because I felt like I was missing points going Berry, but you could always score an 80. Yeah, agreed. Yep. Sending major rocket to Long and hoping your bus had a 60-point second half, says Doc Holiday. Mate, I hope he does. Best before. Levi's the must-trade all. You'll just leave yourself one player short during the buy rounds if you waste your trade on him. He's one of only 2 to 3 rookies such mid-price that's currently scoring. Fix your red dots first. Yeah, he would have gone to 70, 75 again last night if it wasn't for being subbed out early. So I think he would have scored better, but it was just unfortunate. I think that was just his rest. He's now got a pretty long break now. They play next Friday night, so I've got an 8-day break. So, yeah, I think it'll be... there you go, Nick Dacos, free kick. Give the handball, Darcy Cameron, you idiot. Oh, my God, what are you doing? Why are you not handballing off to your bloody midfielder running round the back, you idiot? Took too bloody long. Oh, such a stupid decision. Why on earth, as a ruckman, would you go, no, it's better for me to kick the ball forward than give it to my star player running by for a handball? Stupid decision. And Hawthorn are now going down the other end. So, well, Nick Dacos will get it here. Handball for Dacos to Long. Long handball. So a couple of handballs there from Long and Dacos. Need a lot more touches from Long especially, but be good to Nick to keep going if he can get to a 90-odd at three-quarter time. And my check's free. He's got no, and he probably could have run into an open goal almost there. Let's have a quick refresh. What are we up to now? Well, it's a 46 likes, so we're creeping up there. We're getting close. So if you haven't smashed a like yet, please do. That would be very much appreciated if we can get to 100 likes, as we always do on the streams. Streak has been going since, I think, like round 2 or 3 or something. Actually, I'll have to have a look. Actually, let me have a quick look at our watch-alongs. When was the last time we went under 100? I'm just curious as to when it was. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel as well. We are almost at 3,900. We're 3 away from 3,900, and we're 103 away now from 4K, which is obviously the big goal we set at the start of the year, and we're very, very close. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do and join in the fun. There's Sicily with a mark. It's pretty much doubled his score for the game with this kick coming up here. Okay, let's go to where's playlists. So watch-alongs. So from the start of the year, so we got start of the year, so 76, 60, 86. So we got 130. So the very first game of the watch-along for round 2. So we've got 100 likes on every watch-along since from round 2 onwards. So it was only round 1 where we didn't. But we've hit it ever since. So if you haven't liked it, make sure you smash a like. We're on 48 now as well, so appreciate whoever's just liked it then. Happy with that for my draft league, says Chris. What are you happy with? Oh, hang on, he just deleted the message. Oh, Bobby, good mark from Bobby Hill. Here's Nick Dacos running around, gets a kick. It's a good kick there. Might get it back from Schultz. Schultz should have probably given it back to him there. From Steele. Are you happy from... Steele side bottom, I'm assuming. minutes are behind. Bales, do you think Trainer goes 60-70 this week, being named 22 rather than interchange? Potentially. He'll probably still lose cash, unfortunately, but just depends what his role is. Like, all those defenders are still named, so it's like he could still play forward. If Caleb Smith was to be the sub, just for example, then maybe he doesn't, and maybe he does play defence, and then when Smith gets subbed on, he goes forward maybe. But I'm just still a bit worried. Giants are a tough team to score against. He's already dropped a stinker. He's been pretty consistent outside of that, but yeah, it just worries me a bit. Amon just got a +6 there as well. Here's Longy again. Long handball. Josh Dacos handball. Back to Ned Long. Another handball for Ned Long. So Ned Long racking up the handballs. Just not much else outside of those. Nick Dacos could be here for a touch. Yep. Nick Dacos with a kick. That's well done by Elliott there. And another goal for Jamie Elliott. He's having a very... Oh, hang on. Is it? Did he kick it? Yeah, he's having a very, very good year. So I'm just looking here. So you got Vlosten, Brown, Trainer, Miller, Gray, Broad. But then Banks is named on a wing. He won't play on a wing. Ralph Smith has also floated back there at times. They got Caleb Smith on the bench. So they got one defender on the bench. But they've got McIntosh, McAuliffe, Sonsi, and Green. And then you got Ross, Campbell, Mansell, Fall, Lynch, and Sims. So Sims, Lynch, and Fall will be forward. Mansell will be forward. Campbell will be forward. Ross will mixture around. Sonsi will be forward. Steely Green will be forward. Yeah, it's probably you think that he might be okay. That Trainer will be okay this week. So Dow, midfielder. Lawler, midfielder. Samson Ryan was the ruck or backup forward, and Rioli was a forward. It's actually, and then you look at the ins. They haven't really brought in defenders and stuff. But it's going to be interesting. I honestly don't know. Elliott up to 5. Elliott kicked 5 tonight. Yeah, he has. Bloody hell. He's having a very, very good night. And there's Membry again. Who's your second favourite team? As a North fan, mine's the Bulldogs, but definitely prefer the Crows over Port. Mine's probably West Coast. Probably say, because obviously I love Perth, so West Coast would be probably number 2 for me. I also have a bit of a soft spot for North as well, just because my best mate, his family don't go for North, so they're probably the next couple. What's your favourite out of the Indigenous jerseys they did this year, says Defenders Bro? I'm not sure really what my favourite is. I have to have a look at all of them put up next to each other, but I like the Crows one. Obviously it's biased, but I like the Crows one. Geelong's is pretty good as well, from memory. I like that. That one was pretty good. Long is going to end up with 20 handballs and 50 points, says Elizano. That's exactly what I was thinking. G'day from Purse's Moonboy. Here's Long again. He'll get another handball probably here. No, Long kicks the ball. I agree. I think it's only Caleb that weighs on his scoring, and Giants, of course, is best before. Yeah, something to watch. What happened there? Must have been a free kick to my check out of that. Not sure exactly what happened there. G'day from Perth as well, says Nathan Thomas. Yeah, what happened? Did my check get blocked out? Oh, okay, battle. It was a soft block. He wasn't really looking at the ball to begin with. It's there. It's a free kick, but yeah, it's probably one that was quite soft in the end. My check goal. Block from battle, it seems, says Corey. Long takes the first kick of his career. Oh, he's had a few kicks tonight, but yeah, just not as many. We've got Dacos up to 68 now as well. What else we got? Let's have a quick look at the Newcomb 48 still. Perrin's only had 6 touches, but he's on 42. That's interesting. Dylan Moore's on 39. Ned Long's up to 33. He's had 15 touches. It's just, a lot of handballs, no marks, only 2 touches. If he's actually tackling, he'd be going okay. But Josh Dacos only on 27. I've looked at last week. It was Josh Dacos and Chad Warner, or Nick Martin and Bolton. And the way it's looking is Nick Martin and Bolton was definitely the play. Sicily was on 13. Yeah, so it's a few low scores at the moment. If that goes to... I don't know if that'll be a tackle for Dacos. So I don't know if... Sometimes they pay those little dinky tackles where like they Here's Nick Dacos for a +6 coming up. Takes the mark. He's playing really well tonight, Nick. Having a good game tonight. Here's Ned Long. This could be a mark for Long. Yeah, Longy! He'll handball, though. Yep. 5 points, though, we take. Long starting to build. Here we go. Ned Long mark finally. Yep, agreed. Oh, Mika's just come crashing into bloody Lipinski there. That has to be 50, surely. It's come well after the mark. Has to be 50. Long got a mark, says Callum 5. What is home score versus West Coast? I think it goes 110 to 125. Yeah, that's a 50. Yep, it's been paid anyway, so that's fine. Hawks are not doing well, says Andrew. No, they're not, unfortunately. Collingwood are starting to run away with this one. 44-point lead. In my Supercoach draft last week, Captain Riley O'Brien for his 160 against Flynn and Bailey Williams. Well done, mate. Nicely done. I hope Whitfield actually kicks the ball this week because last week against Carlton, he got the 4th most touches but only 80 points. Yeah, quite day for Whitfield last week, but hopefully he gets going this week. Not very happy with that +6 to Nick Dacos. Nick Dacos getting 4 marks today. Been good. Gotten a few of those. Longy's making his way up to near 40 now. He's up to 38. So Longy's starting to get going. If Long can go 75 from where he was, we'd be pretty happy with that. So if he can get there, that'd be good. But he's made a decent start this quarter anyway. A couple of kicks. Got a mark there as well. Long 100-point fourth quarter manifest, it says Moo Boy. Ken Hodder feels like the Pies getting some big 50-50 calls like they always do. Side note, this Long versus Newcomb matchup is ruining my fantasy team. Yeah, Long playing on, Newcomb is definitely doing sort of a bit of a run-with role. Are they looking with Lipinski if he got a head-high hit? I didn't think he got a head-high hit there. But I think Long's just come to the bench. That's fine if he has a break now. It means he'll have a break after. I think Lipinski will be fine, but I guess we'll see. There's a tackle for Dacos. That'll be a tackle, definitely a tackle for Dacos. So Dacos is probably going to be the equal top scorer. So Lipinski going down for a HIA. If he's in trouble, that could be some trouble for Meek, potentially. Another tackle for Dacos. He's racking up the tackles now, Dacos. That's 2 tackles, up to 82 now. All of a sudden, this is a very good quarter for Dacos. 22 points so far in the quarter. A few tackles as well, got the mark earlier. So, going along nicely this quarter. Oh no, Dacos is cooking, says Defenders Bro. Oh, he's a unique, as I said, in my matchup against Louis. So if Dacos can go well, I'll be pretty happy. Particularly because he's got Tom Green to come. So if he can go well, then it will sort of mitigate whatever Tom Green does, unless he goes like 180. I'm hoping Cody Ango goes big, says Andrew. One that people might not be expecting. Sonsi may impact McAuliffe more than Presti does. I think Sonsi will get CBAs, as best before. Yep, not a bad flag. Yep. He's got CBAs in the VFL, I'm pretty sure. So, Ken Hodder, I was ready and willing to take the 120 from Nick Martin as VC. Why am I so anti-taking a 116? Finn McGuinness looks like he's about to be subbed into the game. So, I wonder if he goes to Dacos as soon as he comes on. That will be something interesting. If they do that, or they don't worry about it. That's something that we'll have to watch. But Finn McGuinness looks like he's warming up, ready to come back on. It looks like he's got the Guernsey on and the warm-up top off. And Morrison, he's missed that one. Across the face. Should I target Dacos after his bye? It's hard watching when he's so good. I think you can, definitely, because he's going to be cheap enough that you can go there. He's not expensive like he was when I paid up for him. Or Nick Dacos could be on for a +6 here. He is motoring away. He's going to get it here, isn't he? If it stays in. No, of course they take it out. But yeah, Ken, it depends if you're going to take 116 or if you got Baz captain, just see how the round plays out. But I'd probably still lean to taking 116 personally. Tag incoming says best before. Nick Watson, they're saying could be subbed. Interesting. What is your unpopular opinion on the AFL, says Moonboy. Unpopular opinion. Don't know if I've got I don't really think I've got an unpopular opinion. I'm pretty sort of like everyone else. There's obviously things I don't like and things I like. So but not certain, says Corey. Dakos is one of those annoying players that's so painful when you don't own him, says me boy. Agreed, mate. That's why I ended up getting him in. And it was a painful watch first couple of weeks, but last couple, it's been a lot better, for sure. Nick Dacos is pissing me off, says Defenders, bro. I'm waiting on any Baz info before committing, but he is my seat at the moment. Yeah, he's my captain at the moment as well. I'll see if there's any news. That'll be a trip for Nick Watson. So Nick Watson will line up for goal here. Still got 11.5 minutes in the quarter as well, so still so long to go. And the fact that Nick is on 82 already, hopefully keeps going. And then, what was it? Long, 38. If Long can get to mid-50s by the end of the third quarter, I think we'd take that, considering where he was. Any more would be a bonus. Was Leddy dropped or managed as me, boy? Managed. He was managed. I think because I got, Brodie Smith can just come in and play that role for Laird for a week. I think it's just purely management. Laird's still best 22. Any Crows people that keep having a go at Lairdy, I don't like it. And I'm not just because I'm biased, but he's won multiple best and fairest, and I think he still plays a role in defence. So, yep, he's still there, and he was managed. Can we do a live Twitter space sometime, says Andrew. I'd love to, but I'm just so busy. I've got content every day and whatever. So if I get time, I'll definitely look at it, but I'm just so busy at the moment. So hopefully we can, though. What's Long's break even 60, says Studley. 50. His break even is exactly 50, so hopefully we can do that. We're still on 48 likes, so if you haven't smashed a like yet, please do. Obviously, we try to get to 100 every stream. We're already halfway through the third quarter, and we've got 48. So if you haven't liked it yet, please smash a like so we can get to 100 and keep that streak going. As I just looked up, and we've been going since round 2 as the streak. So if we can keep that going, that would be fantastic. So smash a like on the video if you can. If Long can somehow get 70 plus at the end of the game, it would be pretty good. His break-even's only 50, so I'll go up in cash still. Yeah, agreed, for sure. Do the Crows have any decent young halfbacks not playing AFL? I'm constantly surprised that Brodie Smith gets game time, says Kent Hodder. I think Brodie Smith actually played really well against Carlton in his game that he played. There's guys like Charlie Edwards and Oscar Ryan that are really young that are coming through that might get game time at some point, but not probably quite yet. I don't think the Crows are at the point of just gifting games to these young players when we're going quite well. If the Crows were, say, to lose their next 5 or 6 games and they're out of the finals race, they'd probably start playing a few of these guys. But the fact we're top 4 at the moment, and we're going all right, I think that they're going to keep persisting with the team, which is fine. Gunston goal, it's Hawks got a couple in a row. We're back to a 31-point margin. Remember the good days when Laird was considered for pig status, says Caleb Fife. Yeah, mate, very, very good. He's still my boy, regardless of what if he's in my fantasy team or not, if he's scoring fantasy points or not, he's still my boy. I've got 21 playing tonight, then only 2 teams on the bye next week. I think you mean this round, Moon Boy. Then 2 teams on the bye next week. I don't think I'll have any issues from here. Has anyone looked ahead at trades for next week? Kenny and 2 rooks for me, Moon Boy, says Kent Hodder. For me, probably a rookie down. If it's a Finn O'Sullivan, potentially to Zach Johnson. This is just early thoughts. If Lombard does well, be like Finn O'Sullivan down, maybe, or another rookie down. Someone sideways to Hardiman, and then someone up to Shea Bolton up to Bont is early thoughts. But we'll see if that's what I end up doing. So there's a Long tackle. Good. Longy's up over 40. So now McGuinness has put the Guernsey on again. So no sub being made just yet. I thought they were going to, but not just yet. That should be a free kick to Ned Long, kicking in danger. That'll be a tackle for Ned Long again. So that's 2 tackles now in quick succession for Longy. But now for me to stay in the Guernsey off again. What is going on? They're going to make a decision or what? Ned Long handball. Ned Long starting to get these points. Umpire got in the way of Bobby Hill then. And out of bounds. I reckon if we do an AFL Fantasy, create a player option. What's your thoughts on this? I'm not sure what you mean there, Andrew. I'm not sure. So Nick Dacos just come to the bench, obviously. My trades for next week are looking like Max, Hall, Ashcroft, and Bice to Kennedy and 2 mid-prices for Stality. Chris, can Sarong go at his buy? He can, but he still is a premium at the end of the day. I know he hasn't scored great, but if you've got other players to move on, I'd move them on first. Sarong would be almost a bit of luxury if you can move him on because he's so cheap that if he does turn it round, people are going to look at him. So I'd probably just hold off on trading Sarong. Obviously, see what he scores. If he scores poorly this week, then trade. But he's someone that I'd just look at and see what he does this week. Moonball already owns Kenny and Hardiman. Won't gain much insight from the most traded in them, says Moonboy. Yep, fair enough. I know you do have both of them, so maybe Bont, Rosie, if you don't have Rosie, guys like that. Come on, Longy. I'm still holding McRae, says Andrew. Yeah, hopefully he's back for you after his bye. So a couple of weeks, hopefully. Quainer intercept mark. So, all right, we just passed 50 likes, so we're halfway to 100, so halfway to our goal. So if you haven't smashed a like, please do that. Scrimshaw, good mark. Good mark there from Scrimmy. Do a bit of a refresh the scores. Bont or Richards, perhaps, says Moonboy. Yeah, don't mind Richards as an option. What's Longy on to? Is he on to 50 yet? He's on 48, so he's slowly getting there. And I said if he got to mid-50s, that would be a pretty good result. He's still got a little bit of time in this quarter to score unless he goes off. What's his game time been like so far, actually? So 78%. So it's sitting okay. Hopefully he plays out the remainder of the quarter. I thought that might have been high against Sicily on long, actually. Not a rookie, but wouldn't Neil Bullen off halfback in combination with Laird work? Neil Bullen's not halfback. Smith will just play the Laird role for this week. It'll just be it's just a straight swap. Look out to you. Oh no, I thought that was long with the side bottom. Didn't see the bald head there. Side bottom's he just keeps racking up. And ball in. Kent Hodder, I want to go Richards, have a query on Trelaw, come back in, but they existed well together in the one game they had. Nibbler not good enough by foot to go off halfback. Yeah, he won't go off halfback. Yeah, Richards is a solid option. He's been pretty good. I still like Bont though. Like you know what you're getting with Bont. And Richards as well is the number one tag guy now. I think he's overtaken Bont in terms of he's the number one guy that they target now. So that would be my only reservation about looking at a Richards as an option, is that he will probably be the guy now that gets the attention. And that is, cross the face from Crispy. Long did ruck then against Meek. Yeah, Long's been rucking for the last couple of minutes. He was doing it against Nash. I don't know why he's the backup ruck, but it's anytime Mason Cox doesn't play, he seems to be the guy they go to. I don't know why they don't go for like a Membry or a Mycheck or someone like that, but anyway. Bales, I haven't had the time to watch the Patreon pod because Ashcroft's got a 60. Should I get Chad Warner this week? Only round 14 forward and then have 144k also brought in Clark. Yeah, there's another Ned Long tackle. Good. I'm bringing in Chad Warner this week, exception. So I'm bringing him in for that reason because he's the only round 14 by forward primo. And I've only got 2 round 14 premiums in Dacos and Roberts. So it just makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, I'm going Warner this week. And, yeah, Clark obviously is a good option as well. My mate does not know that I tip Collingwood over Hawthorn. Well, Andrew, I think you're a Hawthorn supporter, aren't you? So, bringing in Holmes with the third trade. And exception, I like that as well. I like that as an in. I like both. I brought Holmes a couple of weeks ago for the good run coming up, and he's been good. Nick Dacos might get it here from Perryman. No, if Perryman can pick it up. No, he does. Dacos handball. That will be insufficient intent, most likely. Got Bont a few weeks ago, says Baxter. Who would you rank to bring in out of Bont, Kenny, and Richards? Is it in that order? Yeah, for me, it's in that order. Yep. For me, yep. 196 centimetres with mid skills. Why not throw him in the ruck? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why not? It's a bit silly, but yeah. Oh, Darcy Cameron's back on now anyway. That wasn't paid insufficient intent. Okay, I've seen them paid all year. So, again, love the consistency from the umpiring as always. Oh, Nick Dacos has taken the advantage. Handball. Give it to Longy. McCreary, give it to Longy. Long's free. Ed Allen or Hoskin Elliott if you look inside. No, you can't. Yep, good on you, Hoskin Elliott. He's been the fantasy nemesis tonight. Hoskin Elliott, he's ignored Long and Dacos on a couple of occasions now, so he can piss off for tonight, Hoskin Elliott. Jai Caldwell, number one target next week. I tried to bring him in, but missed out by 10k. I don't know if he wouldn't be number one because he's got a bye coming up, whereas we're going to have round 12 players now coming off their bye, so it's going to be hard to bring him in. You've got other options that have had their bye that I'd probably bring in instead. I seriously need to fix my round 16 buys. I've got 10 players on Cook, says Defenders Bro. No, you still got 5 weeks to go. You're still fine. Just trade a few of them out. There's another Ned Long tackle. He's racking up those tackles tonight. In this quarter, sorry. So he's getting to a solid score, which is good. Still awaiting a spike score, and it won't be this week. Are you talking about, holding the ball against Meek? So Long actually got the holding the ball free kick. We'll take that for sure. Elizondo Long having a great quarter. 100% he's having a great quarter. He's definitely lifting. Those tackles are up, which is really good to see. Give it to Dacos. Give it to Dacos. What are you doing, Membry, you idiot? And then Perryman. Kicking to a one-on-one. Here's Long again. Handball from Long. Long continues to go well. There's Bobby. And Membry marks. Bont, Richards, Butters, Sheasel, only options, I guess. Own Rosie. Maybe Cherry if I go sideways. Yeah, Cherry's obviously an option as well, for sure. But yeah, Bex, I'm assuming you mean spikes. I think you mean do you mean a good round rank and a good score for that week? Because I'm still waiting for that as well, mate. I haven't had a top. I've only had one top 5k rank this year in a week, so I need a few. I'm hoping this is a week I can get it, and hopefully the buys can be where I start making some ground, but I guess we'll just have to see. How was that not deliberate with how? Says Corey Blackledge. I honestly didn't see which one. Hawks member since 2013, says Andrew. Moonboy, the funny thing about Bont is that I owned him every year when he was high 90s, low 100s guy, missed his breakout season. Yeah, right. I started him in his breakout year as well, so I remember I was pretty happy with that one. Bales, I just started watching. Why is Josh Dacos doing so shit? He's just been very quiet. I don't know if there's anyone been re-tagging him, but it just hasn't been great. Should I wait a week on Bont, or do you think Nash goes to Richards? Nash will probably go to Bont next week, so you can wait a week on Bont. You don't have to get Bont next week. I'm probably looking at Bont just because I know I've got to get him anyway, so I might as well just lock him in. But I'm still deciding. I'm not locked into getting Bont next week, so. VC Dawson, Nasai captain, says Wado. I don't mind it. But I think I'd still like a Baz in there. I think I'd still go Baz captain and go one of those guys VC. Come on, Longy. Get Ward. Bloody Perryman got him instead. Nick Dacos. Handball. He might get it back here. Give it back to Nick. Perryman, you idiot. Why would you kick to a 3-on-3? Makes no sense whatsoever. Some of these decisions from these players are just ridiculously dumb. Schultz, look to your left. Pretty sure Nick Dacos was. I don't know if he's free. Oh no, Josh Dacos has got a. Josh Dacos +6 gives it the side bottom instead of Nick. That's annoying. So Scrimshaw's been subbed out. Finn McGuinness into the game. So I wonder if he goes to Nick from here. Do a bit of a refresh of the scores as well. So Nick's up to 88. So Ned Long's on the top page now. He's up to 62. What a quarter. 40-point quarter for Ned Long. Guys, a lot of chat here. So we've got fair few people watching now. So if you haven't smashed a like yet, please do. We're still 49 likes away from our goal of 100. If anyone missed it before I looked, we've had 100 likes on every watch along since round 2, from round 2 onwards. So if you haven't smashed a like yet, please do to help keep the streak alive. That would be fantastic. Long's a beast, says Moonboy. What's for dinner tonight, mate? I'm having hot dogs, says Andrew. Not sure yet. Probably takeaway of some sort like normally I do on a Friday. Thinking maybe Macca's tonight, or could even do another KFC again, because that Zinger burger last week was fantastic. My highest round rank was 1,300, says Stality. If Collingwood keep this lead, I bet Douglas gets a lot of junk time, +6 in the fourth. Could end up with a massive score, says Elizeno. Potentially, it could be like last week, where they're up by so much. Handball from Dacos. Almost a tackle. Almost 2 tackles from Long there, actually. Here's a handball from Long. So keeps getting these points. There's a Josh Dacos tackle. My Newcomb trade has done nothing but bite me in the rear. Never against this Kent Hodder. Lipinski subbed out, so means Meek is gone. Yeah, I think Meek will be in trouble if Lipinski's been subbed out. Did Buddy Smith travel, says Wado. I'm not sure. I'm assuming he has, but I'm going to go Chad out to Kennedy when he hopefully gets a bit cheaper. These players obviously don't play fantasy, lol. These umpires are in the game. Says Ben. John says Tom Green VC into Smith, or was Dawson a better VC? No, I'd go Tom Green. Better matchup this week. Sicily 16 fantasy is horrible, says Corey. Oh, he's been awful tonight. I don't know what's wrong with him at the moment. He's just not playing very well at all. Sicily's conceded 7 of the goals on him, says Stelly. Ned Long never in doubt, says Moonboy. Watson survives the vest, says Nathan Thomas. I never said a single bad thing about Ned Long for the record. Please don't read the chat history, says Moonboy. Who got the free kick? Darcy Cameron, or was Ned Long in the right? No, it was probably Darcy Cameron, because Ned Long's standing next to me. If not, Ned Long somehow tons up from here, I'll give him my firstborn child, says Elizeno. I haven't done Macca's in ages. What do you recommend, says Moonboy? I'm not sure. I don't know. That Tennessee burger is pretty nice. The honey mustard one, it's got the crispy onions, is pretty good. Maybe something like that. I know the chicken snack wraps are pretty nice, so I normally get that on the side if I've got free Macca's points, which I do. So I'll be able to use some of them tonight, get some extra little bonus things. 88 for Ned Long would be par, says Baxter. Yeah, around there. Any 80 plus would be fine from him. But the way he's going, hopefully he can get to like a 90 from here. He's tackling well. So Josh Taylor's a trade out, says Studley. Maybe. Lovely 40 from Carl Amon. 900k player, I'm going to trade, says Ben Hayes. Stelly, I don't know. I don't think Josh Taylor is a trade at all. Looks like Gunston's been cut open there. It's a bit of claret coming out. Yeah, Josh Taylor isn't a trader. He's just having a bad game. Yeah, a bit of a whack from Darcy Moore there. Probably unlucky that he didn't get a free kick, that Jack Gunston. Long has found his groove. Imagine if he goes 40 again next quarter, says Moonboy. How did you go this long without dinner? Do you always eat this late, says Best Before? Yeah, mate. That's commitment. Commitment to the watch-along. I don't want to eat and have my attention away from the watch-along. I sometimes do if I've got food here, but normally Fridays I go out and get some takeout after the game. So just commitment. Just commitment to the watch-along. We've got 50 people tuning in now. We've got people tuning in a little bit later tonight. But if you have just tuned in, we're on 55 likes. I had a look. The streak has been of 100 plus likes has been since round 2. So please smash a like on the video so we can get to 100 again and keep the streak alive. So please smash a like. What's Vanilla says Bournes? Not sure yet. Macca's is probably sounding like the one for now, but could be KFC because that was pretty good. But I do have Macca's points, so it is cheaper. So we'll see how we go. I have 3 rounds in the top 2K this year, says Corey. Congrats, mate. What fast food should I have? Never had it. Did you see that non-call of deliberate insane? My mate lost his 500 rip. Yeah, Dacos has already passed it. So how's Ned Long's Tog been this game with the old boys back into the exceptions? I'll have a look in a sec. Newcomb not having a good game. Glad I didn't go there after being enticed by him last season and it going terribly. Says Elizeno. Well, Guesty will probably be pretty happy it didn't go there because he obviously had him last year and he didn't go well. So let's go through these scores anyway. So we do have still side bottom 105 going along very, very nicely. If you got him in draft, be very happy. Nick Dacos on 90 at 3/4 time. My fingers are crossed he can get to the 120 from here. 30-point last quarter. My check 87, Ginnivan 82, Elliott 81, Cameron 77. So Cameron obviously got there after a pretty quiet first quarter. The other guys maybe good draft scorers. I know I've got Elliott in a draft, which is nice. Warple 69. Houston 65. Ned Long's on 64. So he had a 42-point quarter after having a 22-point half. His game time exception as well is 80%. So pretty good. A good game time in the first and third quarter. Second quarter was rested a bit. So if he can get to an 80, 90 from here, I'll be pretty happy. 26 points in the last quarter, gets into a 90. So let's hope that he can do that. Meek's on 62 and probably going to have a bit of a holiday. There you go. A few guys here like Lipinski, Pendles, Crisp, Schultz. A lot of people got him in draft. Impey, Newcomb on 54. That's bad. That's a bad score there. Perriman 51. Dylan Moore's on 50. That's not good. Aim on 48. That's not good. Josh Dacos 47. That's not good. McDonald 42. That's quiet as well. Jath 31. If anyone's still rolling with him there. Sisley's on 16. That is just very, very, very stingy. That's the sick dog. That's the vomit dog. That's not good at all. But we know that, so with Dacos, Amon, and Moore, if they have like a 30-point quarter, they'll get to an 80 or around that. So I'm like, just because they're on that now, they can still get to an okay score, but it's not looking good for those guys, unfortunately. But yeah, obviously Nick Dacos going along nicely, and Ned Long saving his score in that quarter. So looks like Sobon got a tackle added, so he's up to 109 now. So up to 60 likes. So we're now 40 away from 100 likes. Please smash a like if you haven't done that already. I have Ned Long in my keep league, says Corey. Well, that is a very, very good guy to have in your keeper league. I love getting good scores from age players like Hodge, etc. Sidebottom showing us again how good he is, says Baxter. Oh, Sidebottom's so good. Very, very good player. Should I take an Angus Clark 42 or punt on a Fonte versus Richmond? Well, if Angus Clark's 42 is not going to be in your best 18, if you've got like 21, I'd take it on. Actually, no, I'd just take it on regardless because Fonte, if he gets to 30, you lose 12 points, but there's a lot likelihood that he goes 50, 60, maybe 70 against Richmond and gets more. So I'd be playing Fonte, unless he's a sub, obviously, but I'd be playing Fonte, I think, instead. So look, just had some messages come through on my phone. Can I trade Amon? I think I'm going to. At his buy, you probably can, yeah. Yeah, and the reason Ned Long will face, Meek will face punishment is because he went off the ground, did a massive spoil, and it was way too late, and he should have done it. Shouldn't have done it. So, yeah, he'll be in trouble. And the fact that Lipinski's been subbed out as well. Aim on 30-point quarter, surely he drops a 40 in the last, says some hacks. If Sisley gets 16 for the game, he'll lose 82k this week and be nearly under 700 cases, Corey. Yeah, right. That's going to be very, very interesting if that's the case. Ben's saying he bloody better in terms of Amon. Max, I made a big mistake last night. Bales had Caldwell in my trades all week. 2 minutes before bounce last night, switched it to Zorko. And so the one thing I'll say, Max, I don't know if you've had this happen to you before, but I never, ever change any decisions with my fantasy team within half an hour of the game because it never works. It would be different if it was like last week. If you see a rookie have a role shift and you were looking at trading them anyway, like a trainer, trading him out, that's fine. But if you're trading between like options, I normally like to settle on what I'm going to do because I always find that I don't make good decisions right before the bounce. So, yeah. Unfortunate there, Max. I feel for you, mate. Baxter, what would people take tonight with the VC on Dacos? I think over 110 you'd be pretty happy with. 120 plus you definitely take. What is your score and how many players have you had play so far? I've only had Martin and Clark. I'll have a look after. I'll have a look after Brisbane Bloods when the game's done and when we see what Dacos and Long have scored. But we're about to get underway for the last quarter. I've done it so many times this year. Lol, I need help, says Max. Yeah, Max, you probably need a ban from your phone half an hour before the game starts because if you keep doing it, well, surely if you've done it a few times, it hasn't worked. Surely you don't do it again. That's just recipe for disaster, mate. Here's Dacos is calling for it in the middle. Nick Dacos could get a short ball from Pendles. No, Pendles looked at it and ignored him. That's fantastic. Thanks, Pendles. Appreciate that, buddy. Sicily is by, could be around 600k with gains against Northern Saints right after. Could be a sneaky D6 pick. He could actually be, he could be the D7. He could be the D7 pick that you just pick up. If he goes bad, oh well, he's there anyway. But he could be someone. Yep, for sure. That's a good pickup looking towards there. But I probably won't pick him up unless it's my D7. But I don't think I'm in a position where I'll be able to get 23 premiums. Ash and Sinclair and Berry and Sheldrick. Which combo do you reckon has? Ash, Sinclair, Berry. Oh, out of the combo. I'd go... Okay, look. Ash has got the better matchup this week against Richmond. And whatever works for your buys is what I'd go for. But if your buys doesn't matter, I'm still going Sinclair over Ash. I think Sinclair's more guaranteed to be top 6. And then Berry Sheldrick. I think I'm probably going Berry because he's got the extra week of potential cash gen. Here's Nick Dacos, handball there. I'm going Berry because he's got the extra week of cash. But I think if you go either or, you'll have the chance to see which one, if any, is sub. Berry won't be sub this week. It's just after. But again, if you don't have a heap of trade outs the next few weeks, I think Berry makes a lot of sense. Aim on handball for those that have got aim on. Incredible what side bottom is doing this year, says Max. Agreed, mate. Agreed, he's going very well. Know anything about Wick and a VC exceptions? I'd still VC him regardless of role. I think regardless of role, I think look what Nick Martin did as a forward last week. But I think he'll go back to half back, either if it's this week or in a week or two. Sicily averaging 74.2 this year, says Corey. Yeah, not great. There's a handball for Nick Dacos. Josh Dacos handball as well. Prediction score for Dacos from me is 118, says Baxter. Not a great handball from Sullivan. Put Elliott right under pressure. And holding the ball for Brass. I'm worried about 22 premiums at the moment, and my cash gen has been good. Yeah, exactly. In my cash gen, I've got like a lot more money less than like Louis and like Lemon and like Jordy and guys like that have got like near 24 million. I've got like 4K under 23 million. So Loman helps last night. Clark helps. So we'll see how it looks at the end of the round, but I still need to catch up a lot of cash gen, which is making me worry about these final upgrades. Clark and Amon on field is fun, says Ben. Has cheers, Bales, lock it in, brother. Chuck a like on the vid, fellas. Thanks, Has, mate. Appreciate it. Yes, make sure you smash a like. We're only 39 away from 100 likes again. So make sure you do smash a like. Our goal is 100 on every stream. Butters a lock in next week, says Bournes. No, definitely not next week. He'll have the Bedford tag, but the week after, I'm a big fan of. Josh Dacos +6. Butters after the Bedford tag, I'm a big fan of. I think he gets a good run at it, so I'm looking at him then. I'm not looking at him next week. Not with the Bedford tag. Because Bedford will go Butters. It just makes so much sense. So I won't be doing it next week. I don't think many people get the 23 premiums by round 16. Couple of injuries next 3 rounds will force more sideways. Oh yeah, no, you won't get your 23 premiums before round 17. It might be like rounds 18, 19, 20, 21 for those teams that got really good cash gen. Need a Bobby Hill goal, says Max. Everyone thought that he would be better than Barras and Battle in the team for fantasy. I'm under 23 million as well for cash gen, says Corey. Thanks, mate, says Bournes. All good, mate. Yep. Yeah, Butter's a great target, but after his bye. Dacos 94, 6 points away from the ton, 25 touches. Had a fair few handballs tonight as Nick. Had the 16 handballs of his 25 touches. I'm at about 23.4 mil, says Elizano. Yeah, it's been a tough year for some people with cash gen, particularly me. I thought I was going to have a really good year for cash gen. Holding the ball, really? Is that holding? Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fair enough. Perry went to fend off. On McGuinness. No, fair enough. Try to get Reed early, killed my cash gen for sure. Yes, that was another big thing for me. I'd have another couple of 100k if I should have kept Reed. I traded him before the wet Anzac Day game, and then at quarter time here that Wicks was going to be out because he was injured. That was the thing that really killed it. If I'd known Wicks was going to be injured, I would have traded Marais and then Wicks, and it means I probably wouldn't have Finn O'Sullivan because I would have traded Finn O'Sullivan the week that I traded Marais, which was, I think, a week or two after. So, and that cost me a couple of 100k, which is probably hamstringing me a little bit in terms of upgrades. So Josh Dacos handball to Nick. Nick with a kick. There you go, rhyme there. So nearly at the ton, Nick Dacos on 97. What was aim on at quarter time? -3. Yeah, he was on. Oh no, he was on 0. He was on 0. He got a kick late. Tate Martin 116. A roll into Max, says Sam. I would see how the rest of the round is playing, Sam, because you don't have to make the call until Sunday, right? So see how the rest of the round's going. I'm leaning to taking it. 116 is a good score, so I'd take it. But if you're having some really poor scores in there, maybe you got to do it to get a better score. But at the moment, I'd be taking it. Who are you targeting off the round 12 buy, says Nathan, in terms of premiums? So from Carlton, Walsh has been someone I've looked at as a bit cheaper. If I need, especially with low team value, maybe I need to go for a few of these guys a bit lower. So Sam Walsh is probably the only guy from Carlton I'm looking at. Like, Doc's cheap, but he could be sub. He could be dropped any week, which sucks. So I probably won't go for him. I won't target Chera just because I've missed all that cash gen and he won't be a top 8. Whereas I can see a world where Walsh starts averaging 105, 110 again. Bobby Hill, that's a goal. Another goal. That probably locks in Collingwood's win if it wasn't already. It's out to a 41. Is it 41-point lead now? No, 45-point lead. Yeah, so it's game over. It's done. North Melbourne. I've got Shees. I've got Cherry. Hardiman is a big target for me. He's 490, but low break even, really good role. West Coast and some decent matchups post-buy. So he's someone I'm looking at targeting as a mid-price. That's why I didn't go for your Sheldricks and that this week. I thought Hardiman next week was a better play. That's probably it from North. Long's back on, by the way, because I got the main guys there. Port Adelaide, Butters, but in round 14, not in round 13. I got Rosie. Horn Francis, when he comes back, is going to be probably 800k or less, so I'll go for him. They're probably the only two from Port. And then maybe Wines, maybe Bergman as like mid-price guys. Like Wine's a bit more expensive, but could be those guys. And then Dogs have got, obviously, Bailey Dale could be an option. Bont is probably my top priority out of all those guys. Matt Kenny's probably the other guy that's really high up there as well. Ed Richards maybe, but I just worry that he's the number one tag guy. So it looks like Schultz is injured. Looks like he's going down the rooms. Oh, come on, Nick. Had the chance to get his ton there, but he didn't get the ball. Good mark by Darcy Moore. Carl, I better get to 75 plus, I swear, says Ben. John, you can get a touch challenge. Impossible. Arizona junk time now. Hopefully Long and Dales can get some plus 6 in the last 15 minutes. Don't think Long will get the plus 6s, but there's a tackle for Long. Went on Longy. Keep going, mate. So looks like hamstring, or is it hamstring or quad for Schultz? He had a shot at goal and pulled up a bit sore. Eric Baxter, every time I flip over, I see Sick Dog mouthing off and never touching the ball. His head is shot. Drop him back for a VFL game, says Baxter. I don't think he'll get dropped, but yeah, he's certainly very, very out of form. He's just not playing. And if he's not playing well, that's a big advantage that Hawthorn have got over a lot of other teams that they're not getting at the moment. So hopefully he keeps playing out of form for a couple of weeks, because the Crows have got Hawthorn in 2 weeks down in Tassie. That's going to be an incredibly hard game for Crows, but I guess we'll see. Apparently, the chat has been disconnected. So apologies, everyone. Can't see if there's any new chat. What I'll do, I'll close the chat and I'll open it again. Just open up the chat again, guys. Just disappeared for, in terms of it said it was disconnected. So we'll see if it connects again. Dillamore, I don't know if they paid the mark or they paid a free against for arm chop. And Watson, he'll be lining up for goal. Yeah, the chat's not loading, guys. Can't see the chat at the moment. Dacos got the ton, so he must have got a kick at some point that I must have missed. But he's on the ton anyway, so he's tunned up, which is nice. Long up to 68. So if Long can get 80 from here, I'd be pretty happy with that. Obviously, 18-point last quarter is probably slightly unders, but that's fine. The chat is reconnected again, so we're back. Where was I up to? How do you separate your dislike for Port with picking them for fantasy and cheering along? I hate Brisbane, refuse to bring in any player each season says best before. Because I take fantasy more seriously, I guess, than what Port do. So if Rosie's playing well, I'll look at it. Like if Butters is playing well, I'll look at it. I sort of can't not. So... yeah, that's pretty much how I do it. Please keep going long, says Moonboy. Yes, I hope he does. As I said, 80 from here would be pretty good, considering where he was at half-time. If he can get to an 80, even to what he's got to, he's had a pretty good recovery. Josh Dacos handball. Ned Long's in the middle. Houston just completely ignored Long. Went out wide to Bobby Hill. Bobby Hill, look inside. Look inside. Ned Long's drifting forward. They didn't go to him. They went to bloody Membry instead. It's been a night of they've ignored Long a few times, and sometimes Dacos. So Dacos for a short +6. He's give it to him, Frampton. Thank you very much, Nick Dacos +6. Good to see. Well done, Nick. Keep going, mate. Still got 11 minutes to go. 120 would be amazing from here. Lovely kick to Houston. He could get it back here, you know. Give it back to Dacos. There's no reason to rush. No, Houston, you idiot. And he kicks to Membry. Yeah, good on you, mate. Yeah, good on you, Houston, you absolute flog. No one. Yeah, typical. Absolute typical. Trade at Sicily this week, thank God, says Nathan. Yeah, he's been very, very poor. Please keep going along. Oh, yeah, I said it from Moonboy before. Let's go. Amon loves the bench. I could do better, says Ben. Yeah, Nick Dacos already on Zach Merritt's score. Ain't that perfect? Defenders, bro, because you brought in Merritt this week. Well, I'm happy because Louis, who I'm up against the Content Creators Cup, has got Merritt as a unique, and I've got Dacos as a unique, so it's actually working in my favour. So we keeping Long here. I'm not counting him as a rookie. My team shit, says Moonboy. I think we keep him for another week, yeah. You keep him for next week against Melbourne, and you probably traded his buy, depending on what else you can do with those trades. Taking 80 from Long all day, taking a 70 from Newcomb, less so, says Kent Hodder. Is Sam Banks an option with his low break-even, says Stalley? He is, but there's Amon again, another +6. Oh, no, wasn't far enough, apparently. And that's a miss from Amon. To be honest, I don't think I hate any team. They're just young people kicking a ball. Side bottom is just hitting his prime, says Moonboy. So we've got 9.5 minutes to go. We got 63 likes still on the stream. So if you haven't liked it yet, please do. We're still 30. There's another tackle for Ned Long. Good. Thank you. Please smash a like. We got just over just under half a quarter now to try and get 37 more likes. So if you haven't smashed a like, please do. Streak of 100 plus could be in some jeopardy if we can't get there. Yeah, but Stanley Sam makes option with his low break even. He is an option. But Ned Long hopefully didn't give that free kick away. Oh, no, he might have given away that free kick. I hope not. Oh, look at that thirst from Nick Dacos. And he kicks it to Longy. Oh, Ned Long, give it back to... Oh, no, he's kicking it. That's fine. But how was that from Nick Dacos? that thirst he showed then to just make sure he got the ball before it went out was incredible. Josh Dagos +6 coming up here. Do you feel like Levi Ashcroft is a trade at next week, or would you hold him for longest as defenders, bro? Depending on what I can do, but I think he's probably a hold for now. Oh, here we go. Josh Dagos, another +6. He could start racking up some +6s now. Don't know if Nick Dacos has just come off for a rest. Don't know if Ned Long also came off for a rest. I hope not. Hawthorn have got to start manning up. Oh, here we go. Josh Dagos getting another +6 here. If Perryman just looks back, he's going to go to him. Oh, no, it goes forward. So that's to Sullivan. Oh, no, Ned Long's still on the field. He's still there, but he'll probably come off for Nick Dacos. There's Amon again. Amon's done better this second half, so he got a handball just there. Dacos long, love to see, says Elizeno. I haven't watched footy for a good few years and back into it this year for the first time doing fantasy, and personally having these players makes me like the teams more. I know exactly what you mean. Nathan, who's a priority trade out? Buslinger, Lindsay, Levi, Hewitt, Kako. If you can trade Buslinger or Kako or someone like that over those other guys, I'd keep Lindsay for a couple of weeks to his buy, try and get as much cash as possible. Levi, you could trade, but he's the better scorer out of all these guys. So I'd trade one of Hewitt, Kako, Buslinger before Lindsay and Levi, I think. Which midfield do you think is the best to get next week's defenders, bro? If you can get Bont, he's probably the pick. Ned Long up to 75. Love to see it. 5 more points would be fantastic. Josh Dacos is up to 74 as well, so he's had a 30-point quarter. He's nearly a 30-point quarter just by getting these +6s, and he's going to get another one here. This is bullshit. This is just crap. He's kicked to Nick at least, so Nick +6 coming up. Please don't go back to Josh. Now Josh Dacos is just racking up. They're just chipping around now. This could be where Nick really gets going. So Nick Dacos up to 115 now. Josh Dacos up to 8. So Josh Dacos up to 86. There's Nick Dacos again. But bloody, both Nick and Josh Dacos going absolutely massive in this last quarter. Then Josh Dacos one's frustrating because I don't know if I'm playing against anyone that's got Josh Dacos this week, but he was doing so bad all game, and now he's going to get to a pretty... Ned Long is right there, Darcy Cameron, you dickhead. Why on earth would you kick to a contest when Long is free? Sure, okay, they kick a goal out of luck. I'm sorry, that was crap. She should have easily kicked to Ned Long there. And instead he goes and kicks it over Long's head and goes to a contest. So stupid. Some of these players have got no IQ for football at all. Which midfield do you think is best to get? I said it before. Dale's going huge in the last, both of them. Lowell says Elizeno. 80 from Ed Allen. Yeah, Ed Allen's been good tonight. Yep. Buslinger types out are tricky because they don't make you any cash, and the rookie breeding could get dropped next week. That's a good point, Moon Boy. Yep, agreed. What score are you taking from Dacos VC him? Again, a bit like Nick Martin, see what he scores from here, but I'd almost take 115. He's on 121, right? So I think you take it anyway now. I think you lock it in and you take it. 121's a really good captain score, so I'd be taking it. Sam Banks plays the old Macintosh role. Richmond wingers have never scored in the past 10 years. This may be something new from Uze, fraught with danger, but who knows? Banks has been playing off half back, so he's been had that role, some kick-ins as well. Moonboy, bottom price rookies out only where if you can get the upgrade you want. Agreed. Ned Long handball, so he keeps trucking along with a good score. And Pendles, not quite for memory, but Nathan Thomas. I think the Western Bulldogs have the next 3 games at Marvel. Bont, Kenny, Richards will rack up. Chris Ned Long has sent a rocket, but the rocket's been sent, and the rocket was very well executed. I can't remember who sent that in the first half, but he's going all right now, for sure. Still 63 likes. I'm starting to get very concerned that we're not going to get 100. I'm pretty concerned now. We're still 37 away from 100 likes. So if you haven't liked it yet and you are tuning in, does take 2 seconds of your time. Just click a like and you've helped us out a whole bunch. Our streak of 100 likes has been going since round 2. So a long time, but I'm starting to feel like it could be coming to an end. If we don't get a quick sort of 10 or 15. There's a Josh Dacos tackle now as well. This is just disgusting from Josh Dacos. And no, it won't be another tackle, but here we go. Nick Dacos could get, I was going to say +6, but still Sidebottom overran it. So, Bobby Hill, go back. Go back. You got Nick back. Aquana, go back to Dacos. Go back to Dacos. Ned Long, +6. Beautiful. Ned Long, Ned, go back to Nick Dacos. Ned, look to your right, look to your right, look to your right. He hasn't looked once. No, he's kicking inside the forward 50. Get liking, lad, says Nathan. There you go, mate. Bit light for you. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. We're up to 67, so we're still 33 away. So make sure you smash a like on the video. There's another kick from Amon. I'm going to end up trading Newcomb at his buy for 800k, says Kent Hodder. Holy crap, Josh Dacos has done well to get to a 90. Yeah, that's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm pretty annoyed he got to a 90 because he's someone that a few people have got that is just going to get to a good score when he's just racked up in this last quarter. He's pretty much played one game of football, so 1 quarter of football, and he's going to get to a good score. I'd love my players to do that, have just 1 good quarter and then they still ton up. But a lot of them play crap and they stay crap. Probably the time of the season where coaches start giving up the dream. They need to bring back weekly prizes, says Moonboy. Gary Hodgson, do you think Mabior gets to, I don't know if I'll... there's Ned Long again. He kicks short to Josh Dacos. Are we serious? It's good that Ned Long's scoring points, but now Josh Dacos has missed it. But Josh Dacos is going to ton up. This is ridiculous. He's on 97. He'll ton up from here. He was doing so crap all game. He was on 47 at 3/4 time. He's on now 97. He's had a 50-point quarter. Like Ned Long's on 89 just quietly as well. So he's had another really big quarter. And there's still 3 minutes to go. Who knows if he tons up? He would have hurt me so much. He's really not that good of a player, nor is Nick Dacos. They're both just stat pad in last. Oh, Nick Dacos I think both are very good players. Edge. He's just been very good. He's just like a 50-point quarter. Yeah, he was. He was on 25 at half-time. Exactly. So he's 75-point half from Josh Dacos. Very, very frustrating. But yeah, who was it before? Yeah, Gary Hodgson. I don't think Mabior's going to kick 2 goals, unfortunately. What would you have got? 5k if I got everything else right. Just need him to kick a couple of goals. Yeah, sorry, Mark. Don't think he's going to get there, unfortunately. Why did Long not go for goals to Nate Thomas? I don't know. He never really goes for goals, to be honest. Get tackled, Ned. Oh. I have Josh Soz says best before. There's Nick Dacos with another tackle. Love to see it. Best mid-price player, says Chris. I'm looking at Angus. I'm probably I'm starting slightly to lead to Sam Berry just with the round 15 buy compared to the other two who got round 14. But I think all come with their risks. I think Riley Hardiman's probably the pick if you can wait till next week, personally. Corey Bladledge, I lost 70 points in my draft and Supercoach McCreary over my check, who I considered. Like if you've got Josh Dacos to ease the pain, says Kent Hodder. Yes, that would be handy. Oh, Quainer dropped an easy mark there. Should have taken that one. Pryor killed me with the 39 last night, says Sneaky Fusion. Moore got to an 80. I'll take that after looking like a poor score at 3/4 time. Who's that? Oh, Dylan Moore, sorry. I thought you meant Darcy Moore for a second there. And there's a Josh Dacos ton. That is just disgusting that he's tunned up from here. Ned Long's free. Ned Long's free. Don't go back to Josh Dacos. Please don't go back. Don't go to Josh Dars, whatever you do. Go to anyone else but Josh Dars. He's already got a good score already as it is. Nick was free and Sidebomb says no. Come on, Ned. Another tackle for Ned Long, I think. That'll be a second tackle potentially for Ned Long. Ben Hayes, I'm getting rage-baited balls by Haymont. Taking the piss. Thank you, Josh Dars, says Chris. Ned Long, 100, come on, says Chris. He's getting close. He's nearly there. That might be another tackle for Ned Long, I wonder. Let's have a look. Was that some tackles for Ned Long in there? He got 2 tackles. So up to 10 tackles is Ned Long. Ned Long's up to 97. Nick Dacos, 128. So I went Sheldrick this week. Jordox suggested it. Wasn't on my radar. I'm damn happy I tuned into the vid, says Kent Hodder. VC Nick tonight, says Nathan. Yep, nicely done. Played at Glenelg with Craig McRae and worked in sports stall with him. His ability to create belief is his biggest asset. Bring him home to coach the Crows when his contract runs out, says Baxter. I'm very happy with Matty Nix at the moment, but whenever that is done, then I guess we'll see. Ned Long, amazing recovery, says Moonboy. Yeah, I might need to, says Sneaker Fusion. Moonboy, I'm stunned. Oh, he's been great. Very, very good bounce back. Long tunned up, incredible. Did he? They gave him the tackle. He tunned up. Ned Long got the ton. Unbelievable. I'm stunned. Long tunned up, says Alzano. Sicily, 20. How do you deal with this, as Ben Hayes? Aim on v Ned Long. I avoid Ned Long. What do I do? I reckon I'll have to... except for... Who's everyone training Caleb Daniel to? I'm holding Caleb Daniel at the moment, Chris. He's Dylan Moore on the siren. And he's missed it. So, missed there. But that is game over. Still 68 likes. So, if you guys haven't smashed the like yet, 32 likes. I will head off shortly. So, if we can get that done quick, that would be fantastic. If you haven't liked it, please do. I think we might not be able to get there tonight. I'm a bit nervous we're not going to hit it, but we'll see. Had sidebottom for the past 8 weeks. Very happy, says your boy. Had 3 players tonight, says Nathan. Long and then Dacos times 2. Nakos VC, I'll take that. Long and more end up being a great night, says Elizano. Moonboy, Ned Long tunned. What the hell? Crazy long junk time, says Baxter. Trade that Sicily elite game from me. Well, for me, sorry. G says Sneaky Fusion, I'll have to get him. Long wasn't Long on D3 at halftime. No, Long was on 22 at halftime. You're giving him too much credit. He was on 22 at halftime. He had a what was it? A 79-point second half. So massive second half from Ned Long. And Sean Wennell, yes, Long, massive second half. Geez, Nick Dale's getting 128 hertz, says Defenders Bro. Thanks, Bal, says Rodler. Thank you, mate. Up to 70 likes, so we need 30 still. Is there 30 people out there that haven't liked it yet to get us to 100? The streak from round 2 might be broken. If anyone can't, if someone hasn't liked it yet, please do. I was mad at 3/4 time from Long and Dacos score, so I turned the TV off, and now they both tunned up. OMG, says Footy Frenzy. Thanks, Bell, says Nathan. Thank you, mate. Sally, I had Ned Long and Josh Dacos look shit at halftime, but both tunned up. Long saved that shit. Wow, says Henry V. Chris, such a tough week for trades, thinking Daniel to Bolton or Pickett. No, definitely don't do that, Chris. Bolton I'm trading next week, and Pickett is way too expensive, so I wouldn't be getting either, personally. 29 likes away from 100. We're creeping close. Anybody else do a triple downgrade? No, I think you still want to probably get an upgrade. So there you go. So with Hawthorn losing, Crows, as long as the Crows win, they stay in the top 4. And if Freo can somehow beat Gold Coast, Crows would go above Gold Coast. We won't go above Brisbane, though. So hopefully, I just need the Crows to win tomorrow. Nathan, thanks for the help tonight, Bales. Appreciate the effort you put in, legend. Thank you, mate. Very much appreciate the kind words there. Defenders, bro, let's hope Whitfield saves my team with the VC. Thank you, Bales. See you on the next Watchalong. Thanks, Moonboy. Footy Frenzy, who's your VC, Bales? Got Dawson at the moment, but it's either him or Brayshaw. That's who I'm looking at the moment. Plus, Long gave like 4 free kicks away, says Sean. Yeah, agreed, mate. Agreed. Where's the delete team button, says Ben. Don't delete your team, mate. Keep going. Keep pushing through. One bad score. Keep pushing through. I was on triple downgrade until team sheet, says Henry V. Amon might kill me next week. Need a good score from him for best starting with the other expected crap scores on field, says Oak. Nathan, met up with Tim Guest the other week. We'll have to catch up and meet you next time you come to Perth. Oh, 100% Nathan. Yeah, good. No, Guesty. We love Guesty. Nick Dacos, you beauty, says Marco. Thanks for the tip. Now I'm not sure who to go to. Can you get Chad Warner, Chris? That would be who I'd go to if you don't have him. Let's go through the scores and see what the scores were for tonight. So still side bottom, top scored tonight, 129. Big game from him. Nick Dacos was also very good. 128, kicked a goal, 32 touches, 7 marks, 6 tackles. His last 7 touches actually were all kicks. So he had 16 handballs. He ended up with 16 kicks. So very, very good to see. Ginnivan 115 was good. 31 touches for Ginnivan. Massive day for him. That career high disposals are surely. Darcy Cameron 108. He got there after a really bad first quarter. Ned Long got a good score, 101. 11 tackles. He's now going to be he's going to be a sideways swap in round 14 to a primo. But he might be a guy that do we have to trade? If he keeps tunning up like this, we might not have to trade him. He might just be an M8 post buys, and that's fine. Josh Dale's got 100. That was disgusting. 53 points last quarter. Over doubled his score to get to that. I wish my players could do that. But yeah, very frustrating as a non-owner, but it is what it is. Dylan Moore got to an 87. If you had him, that's not a bad score. Houston 81. He was looking like a lot bigger than that, so it's a poor score from him. Ed Allen got an 80, so if you went there, you'd be pretty happy with picking him up. Amon 66. Yeah, not great. Obviously, he scored 66 points in 3 quarters. It's just the fact that he had a donut in the first quarter. That's obviously what sucks. Perryman 65. Newcomb 63. That's really poor. This is Newcomb, unfortunately, just up and down and just can't be consistent, unfortunately. Conor McDonald got to 50. I hardly noticed Conor McDonald tonight, actually. He was nowhere to be seen. Jas got a 40. Hopefully you guys don't have him. And Sicily got a 20. That is, disgusting. He's going to be insanely cheap. But I don't even know if we can get it. I don't know if we can trade anybody, to be honest. Just poor. What are we on now? We're on 75 likes. We're 25 away. So please smash a like for the video. What do we got here? Oh, thank you, Best Before, with the super chat. Thank you, mate. Very much appreciate the super chat there. Always love the extra bit of support from people that tune in. So thank you for that. But yeah, 25 likes away. Anyone got a second account, third account, fourth account, anything like that on YouTube can smash like on the video, get us to 100. Still 25 away. Baxter, so funny. Guinea in the top 9 scoring players, basically all Collingwood players. Good point. Footy Frenzy Smith D. Baz, my captain. Yep. Doc Holley, long rocket, outstanding 79. All I wanted was 60, my boy. Doc Holley, you were the first person that sent the rocket, so thank you, mate. Appreciate you sending the rocket through and getting him to a good score, mate. Appreciate it. Quarter pounder for Josh Dacos, says Sam. Yep, to my annoyance. Sneaky Fusion, do I trade into long or too late? No, too late to trade into long. He's going to be over 800k next week. You'd be bringing him in to be near a top 8 mid, which obviously we know that he won't be. So, happy with long for my keep league and Josh Dacos tonight, says Corey Blackledge. Chris, think I might save Daniel and fix up by getting rid of Garcia. I'd definitely do that. Yep, for sure. Nathan Sisley scored. What a spud. Caitlin Fivehager was long 101. Oh, mate, I love it. Absolutely fantastic. 20 likes away now. We're on 80 likes. We're only 20 away from 100. We're getting close. We might get there still. C done for the week and Ned Long 100. Yeah, I wish I went Dacos. I thought about it with Finn being the sub. I thought about going there, but I thought that Hawthorn would put some attention to him after his first good score in the first quarter, but they didn't. So thank you for the rocket, says Chris. Back-to-back 50s and a 20 for Sicily. Long's breaking his 50s, so he's going up 50k. Yep, he'll be going up a fair bit, which is nice. Marco, if Marshall scores poorly this week, could going him to Cherry be a play next week? Other ruck is gone. Potentially. You could potentially go there, Marco. Just see how you're going, what other trades you can make. Thanks, Bales, for another great watch along, says Elizeno. Thank you, mate. Dillamore now at both post-buy places, Matt. Not yet. Not for me. I haven't seen enough yet. We're on 83 likes now. We're only 17 away. We're getting pretty close. Jacob Delaporte, prior to Hardiman next week, then Ashcroft up to Butters. Prior to Hardiman sounds fantastic. I wouldn't get Butters next week. He's got Bedford, so I would wait. I would be waiting until after the Bedford take. So round 14 for Butters I'm looking at getting him then. So I'd wait another week because he's got a 140 odd break even, so he's going to go down a lot. He's not going to go up in price. He's got Bedford, so you might as well just wait a week. Corey Badge, I love Warney's draft targets videos. It's helped me get Long, Banks, McInerney, O'Halloran, and McAuliffe into my keeper league. Yes, yep, no, Warney obviously love the traders and they're doing great work. And yeah, those videos are very, very handy. So congrats, mate, we're getting those guys. What's fit in the bell, says Jordan. Probably Macca's, maybe KFC, but one of those two is probably what I'm looking at the moment. Gotta love a 53.44 from Josh Dale, says Owen Campbell. Not for me, mate, because I don't have them, unfortunately. And I was thinking maybe I could get a leg up for those people that got Josh Dacos, but yeah, turned up, unfortunately. I don't think any teams have fantasy scoring well against Collingwood since best before. Yeah, Collingwood are very hard to score against. Wait, hang on. Jordan Dawson went 130, so he was very good against them. But yeah, not many other players are scoring well. I don't. Would you go Trainer or Stone out this week? Says Kent Hodder. You probably say Stone because he's a red dot, but depends if you need. If you're going to trade the other one next week anyway, you might as well trade Stone. But if you're only going to trade one of them the next 2 weeks, then trade Trainer for the extra cash. What's your trades, mate, says Marco. So my trades this week, so I went Trainer down to Clark, Carroll to Lohman, and then I've gone, who was the upgrade? Ryan Marrick up to Chad Warner. Works for my buys very, very well. But yeah, very happy with Lohman last night with a 79. Clark, 42, but at the end of the day, everyone brought him in, and you had to get him, so that's fine. And then hopefully Chad Warner can, even if he just tons up against the Crows, and the Crows win, I'd be pretty happy. Oh, yeah, Nathan was also asking what trades I did as well. Oh, wait, what does Bales do for work? Hungry Jacks for 2 days, but this is I consider this my main job. I consider this I spend a lot more time on content and fantasy and stuff like that than I do at work. So I would say this, and Hungry Jack's almost just like topping up the salary weekly. Riley says, hi, g'day, Riley. Hope you're going well. Should get a full-time gig with the traders, I reckon, says Nathan. Oh, it may be good. We're on 84 likes. We're only 16 away. So we're that close that I'm like, can we get there? So if you haven't liked it yet, please do. We are very, very close to 100 likes. Only 16 needed. So if you can smash a like on the video, please do. Who would you captain out of Brayshaw, Dawson, Sinclair, and Bailey Smith, says Matt Brown? I'm assuming you've used your VC there, Matt. I would captain Baz out of those guys. Baz, and then one of Dawson or Brayshaw, and then Sinclair probably last. I'm tossing up Dawson and Brayshaw as my VC. It's sitting on Dawson, but it's been sitting on Brayshaw for a lot of the week. I'm not sure where I'm going. Part of me is thinking, I'm like, well, Brayshaw's got the better matchup, but his ceiling this year hasn't been there. He's probably capped at like 130. He's probably going to score like a 105 to 115, whereas Dawson could go 130, 120 and get the score. So I'm not sure where I'm going to go, but at the moment, Dawson's my VC at the moment. Still 16 away. Please smash a like on the video. I'm starting to get nervous. We're not going to get there. We're getting close, but we're still not there. Please smash a like. We want to keep that streak alive. Really think you might be on a winner this year, Bales, if the Crows make top 4. 2 home games might just be what they need to get to the main dance. Good luck, mate. Led Norm Smith, says Baxter. I hope so, mate. I just want to, as long as we make finals, that's all I'm really wanting. I just want him I just want them to make finals. As long as they make finals, we're a chance. If we don't win this year, then hopefully they can build around it. My faith in Bo Allen's paid off. Had him since the start of the season, says Chris. Riley Sandful stats for one player. Jack Hayes, 52 marks in 7 games. Wow, that's massive. Still shocked that he hasn't been picked up by a team as like a backup sort of rucker that can play forward, but interesting. Elizano Brayshaw typically bounces back after poor weeks. I was going to captain VC him, but decided to VC Dagos because Hawks don't really tag this season. Yet, be happy with that. Nathan Bales, have you met Dawson? Got a photo with him? Yeah, I did. Yep, met him. He's a very, very nice guy. Very nice guy. asking me about what I was doing at uni and everything. I'm like, mate, you're the guy I should be asking questions to, not the other way around. So very nice guy. Certainly doesn't think about himself, thinks about everyone else, which is certainly something I got from meeting him only for 5 minutes. So, yeah, very nice guy. 87 likes, 13 away. We are very, very close. Very, very close. 13 likes. Missing the Crows merch in the background, says Baxter. Yeah, I know, with the rental, can't hang stuff up, unfortunately. So, my LED poster, the NBA one over there, the Volk one, the other, yeah, it'd be good to hang them up, but can't at the moment. What a legend. I'm a Swanee supporter. Sad he left us. Yeah, I'm very, very happy we got him. He's been probably the best pickup in recent memory. Rank him obviously up there as well. Why didn't the Crows pick up Jack Hayes, says Riley? I don't think we need him. We got Thilthorpe, we got Tex, Fogarty. If Tex were to retire at the end of this year, then maybe they could look at it. But I think Tex will play on next year. I think, he's playing well enough to be in the team. So I think he might go around again. Wasted my VC on Zorko, says Matt Brown. Yeah, he was a little bit unders last night, unfortunately. We're on 89, 11 now, 11 away. So we're nearly down to single digits. So if you haven't liked it yet, please do. We are very close. Because I won't be live for too much longer. I'm very hungry. I've been live for 3 hours. Haven't eaten. I had one slice of just cheese, just as a tiny snack. While I was streaming, but besides that, haven't had anything else. So I'd like to have some food, but I don't want to leave until we got the like. Someone just took a like away, so they're not a legend. For anyone that likes it now, you're a legend. Anyone that has liked it, you're a legend. But if you don't like it, well, if you like it, then take it away. What are you doing? Come on. I just want to see what my score is now. So, because people are asking me what my scores and players have been. So I've had so far, Nick Martin 116. Angus Clark, 42. Nick Dacos, 128. Ned Long, 101. Levi Ashcroft, 57. And Kyle Lohman, 79. So pretty good start. Pretty happy with it. A few tons, which is nice to see. Particularly Dacos, right? So I brought in Dacos when he scored 67 against Freo. Then he went 88 against the Crows, but then he's gone 129, 128 in back-to-back weeks. So funny enough, when he's from round 5 onwards, actually no, all this year, when Dacos tons up, he goes 120 plus, which is actually interesting looking at it here. So, and he's averaging 104.8 for the season. So he's going along really nicely. Another massive score there. And he got the 7 marks, which I think, is that a season? That was an equal season high. Got 7 marks in round 2 against the Dogs, but equal season high. And then the 6 tackles were third highest for the season, I think. Yeah, third highest of the team, which is really nice. That helps boost up the score. And then obviously kicked a goal, which was good to see. And then, yeah, Ned Long, that was obviously very, very handy with that 101. Massive second half. Back-to-back tons for him. Means he's making a lot of good cash now. He's going to go up another, 50K, somewhere around there. He's approaching 900K, which is, I thought he was going to be nearly done. He's going to be nearly done. Then he went 130 and he's really kick-started again, which is good. Then the only player so far for me that's going to drop cash. So Kyle Lohman's going to go up maybe 50K around there. Angus Clark's going to go up about 60K or so, I'd probably say. Levi Ashcroft will probably go down 10, 15K maybe. Ned Long will probably go up 40K, 50K maybe, hopefully. Nick Dacos is going to go up in price, which is good. So, and then Nick Martin's going to go up a fair bit. So my cash gen's definitely in the right direction this round so far. So, still on 89 likes. So we did get someone like the video again, but we're still 11 away. So please smash a like on the video. If anyone has just tuned in or missed it, our streak of 100 plus likes has been here since round 2, the start of round 2. So if we can keep the streak going, that'd be fantastic. I won't be live for too much longer, so we just need 11 more before we finish up. Can't wait for the news. Tex might move clubs when he's looking for a contract next season, says Chris. I don't think he'll lead the Crows. I think he'll either play on next year or he'll retire. He won't go to another club. I just can't see it happening. We're in 91 now. We're into single digits. We need 9 more likes before we end up here. So second account, third account, fourth account. Anyone out there? I know a few people got multiple YouTube accounts. If you can smash like to get us to 100, that would be fantastic. Everyone drop a like for Bales. He deserves all the love. Thank you, Nathan. Appreciate it, mate. I very much appreciate the kind words. Been hearing it every year in Adelaide on Triple M. Oh, says Chris, yeah. There's been talks about him maybe if he retires or moves, but he won't move. He'll either retire or start the Crows. So, yeah. Loan will be a popular downgrade tart next week, I reckon, says Matt Brown. Potentially, he'll be like over 400k though, so he's going to be expensive. Still a good option though, as a bit of a mid-priced, expensive rookie. Is Levi trades as Marco? Potentially, but I still think he's a hold. It'll depend on what the rest of your team's looking like. That's what I'd say. I want to see if there's any adjustments. Still need 9 likes out there. Anyone calling anyone that hasn't liked it? I think we're going to fall short, even though we're so close. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like there's been any late adjustments. Unless have they actually finished the game? Let me just have a quick look on the AFL app. Have they sort of finalised the stats? Not yet. So we still might have some adjustment, but I'm not sure. I just want to have a look at the quarter by quarter split. So Ned Long had a 40-point third quarter, top scoring player on the ground. And then the last quarter, he had 37. He only had 4 touches, but 3 marks and 5 tackles. So obviously massive quarter for Ned Long. We're very, very happy with that. And what was Nick Dacos' split? Because obviously he had that massive first quarter. So 43-point first quarter. Oh, it was his second quarter. So his second quarter he only had 17. But then he had 30 in the third quarter and then 38 in the last. But yeah, Josh Dacos, 53 points, 11 touches, 6 marks, 1 tackle is crazy. So, congrats to anyone that's got him out there. You'd be very, very happy with his score. Any last minute questions anyone has, feel free to chuck them in the chat. I'll be live for maybe another few minutes, but I'll have to head off, even though we might not get that 100 like goal, which we've had since round 2. So it'd be a shame if it does end tonight. But we've been smashing it every week anyway, regardless. So, but we're up to 92. So someone did just like it. So appreciate that. We do still need 8 likes to get to the 100 again. And I'll answer any last minute questions anyone has there. Thank you, Susan. Susan's put it through a super chat as well. Very much appreciated. We've got a couple of super chats tonight. Thank you, Susan. Thanks for the Watchalong tonight, Bales. Any chance you do a Crows game tomorrow too? Otherwise, enjoy the game. Oh, Susan, thank you very much for the super chat. Very much appreciate the extra support. In terms of if I'll do one tomorrow, at this stage, no, but we will see. Again, if people have notifications turned on or anything like that, or I set the stream up, you'll get a notification half an hour before it starts, and you'll sort of get notified if I'm live. So I'm not sure at this stage. I won't, but we will see. We're up to 97. We might still be alive. Just when I thought we might be done for the night, we might still get there. We just need 3 more likes. Everyone will get Hardeman next week, surely, as they're downgrading the back line. Yeah, I'm looking at Hardeman. I'll probably get Hardeman. I'll keep Bice against Richmond, but then Bice can go. If Hardeman's my D6 in round 16, he'll just be my final upgrade. Thoughts on Ed Allen, says Steve-O. Will Sid Draper be sub? Sid Draper could be sub. And Ed Allen was good tonight. Wouldn't be trading into him, but he was good again. So, Baxter, Josh Worrell legit could be the Crows' best forward. He read the place so well and grabs everything. Fog, Worrell, Thilthorpe, 2026. I think Worrell's so good down defence that he'll stay down there. So I think he'll stay back in defence. How much is Hardeman, says Matt Brown? 491k. Break even in the single digits. And with the lack of rookies, I think he's a good option. I'm forecasting bringing him in next week. So looking to that. We're on 99 likes. We're 1 away. We are very, very close. We just need 1 more person. Captain Smith, Dawson or Sinclair, says Weary. Smith for me. He's number 1 option for me this week. Dawson's towards the back end of the list, and then Sinclair is in the top 10. If you want to check out my Captain Vera from yesterday, that's on the channel. But I've got Smith at number 1. It's either Dawson or Brayshaw VC for my own team. And at the moment, I'm on Dawson for the ceiling, but I'm also thinking about going back to Brayshaw. It's been flipping between those 2 all week. Matt Brown, Hardeman, OMG, fat-fingered send. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. You meant okay. You're trying to say Hardman Mitchell. You're just saying, yeah, fair enough. Team Kill, how you going? Hope you're going well. Hunter Thornton, hey, do you think this will be the only time Rory Lee gets managed? I hope so. I hope he doesn't get managed too many times. It probably will be because he'll have a bye in a few weeks. Probably just getting him through. Crows are resting a few players a little bit this year. So, who do you think will be Sydney and Adelaide subs, mate? Says Josh. Let's have a look at the team sheets. I can have a look and give you my thoughts. I think Sid Draper's probably the one that stands out for the Crows. I don't think he's quite ready to play 4 quarters yet in terms of just consistently. Okay, so the stats have been finalised for the game, so we'll check that in a sec if there's been any adjustments. But the Crows and Sydney, Bice, Mitchell, Sheldrick, Cleary, Laddams. Oh, God. I think it's probably going to be Caleb. I would assume it's Caleb Mitchell, surely. Is it going to be Cleary or Bice? That would be my concern. If it is, I'll just trade one of those guys out instead. And because I'm going Warner, I would just adjust and get Berry instead if Cleary was sub. But hopefully those guys aren't the sub. And then for the Crows, Peatling, Berry, Draper, Pedler, and Michaelani. It'll be Pedler or Michaelani, I would imagine. Sorry, not Michaelani. Definitely not Michaelani. It'll be Pedler or Draper. Probably Draper. Because Pedler's just a forward, right? So I think it'll be. I think it will be Draper as the sub. There you go. We've got 100 likes. We got there. I did not think we were going to get there. So you guys have smashed it again. Thank you very much for that. Hopefully next time we don't let the heart rate get up there and we can get it done sooner. But very much appreciate everyone that did like it regardless and got there in the end. So let's see if there were any late adjustments. I don't know if there is. Normally when it's not on the front of the app anymore, it means they've adjusted. But I think Duskaren might have got an extra hit out. That might be it. Yeah, nothing else because Ned Longstorm 101, Dacos 128. So it looks like that there's been nothing added post-game. So that's fine. That's all good. Still 2 tons from the game tonight. So another good watch-along. So we had a few good watch-alongs in a row now, which is great. Do you think Box will be the sub again, says John Sens? I don't think he will be. I thought he was really impressive in that game last week. And Jack Carroll's coming in. I think Jack Carroll's probably the guy that's a sub because he's sort of been the next guy in. So I think that Boxall should play and shouldn't be the sub. But again, we don't know. We'll see. I'm not looking at the bench now. You've got Hunter Clark, Ryan Burns, Jack Carroll, Boxall, and Hall. Literally any of those 5 could be sub. So I think Carroll will be the sub, but it could be anyone. I think Boxall shouldn't be. He was a sub last week. I'm hoping that Ross plays him for a full game and not 49% game time. Hopefully he gets like 60% at least, 65 and goes all right. Cheers, Bell, says Baxter. Thank you, mate. He's done it, says John. Thank you, mate. Will Bont be the biggest upgrade target next week, says Matt Brown? Yeah, I think so. 100 lights, let's go. Bell says LM. Yes, mate. It's awesome. Thank you once again to everyone that's done that. Nathan, 100. Even Bell's tonned up tonight. Yes, no, we got the ton, which is good. That's why I do like setting the ton, like the 100 lights, because it's like we tonned up. So we did ton up tonight, which is good. We scored long, what Ned Long did. We got 101 likes there. So if we get another 27 likes to do Nick Dacos, to get like Nick Dacos, that'd be fantastic. Well done, everyone, on the 100 likes, and thanks, Bells, for another great Roch song. Thanks, Doc Holiday. Appreciate that, mate. But that will be where we finish up, because I'm going to go get some dinner. I've not eaten yet, and it is 10:14. So, but I appreciate everyone that tuned in tonight. Thanks, everyone, for smashing up the likes and tuning in. As I said, at this stage, I'm not on again tomorrow night. Just have the night off with the Crows game. But if I am, we will see. I'll let people know. But at this stage, I'm not. I'll be live on Sunday night. We'll be live Sunday night after the final game, reviewing the round and seeing how we went. So make sure you guys tune into that. Enjoy your dinner, mate. Well deserved. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate that. And then Matt says, congrats on the ton, Bales. Go enjoy some dinner. Thank you, mate. But yeah, appreciate everyone that tuned in as always. And yeah, we're back on Sunday night. So it's going to be a later one. It's going to be, what is it? 6 to 7:20 game. So we'll be live at about 10 p.m. Eastern. So about 9:30 Adelaide time. So, well, and then what is it? 8 p.m. Perth time. So we'll be live recapping the round. But yeah, appreciate everyone tuning in. And we'll catch you guys later on in the week. Potentially tomorrow. But if not, it'll be on Sunday night. So Thanks, everyone. Have a good week. Smash out a good score. Hopefully, these players can go well for you, and we'll chat to you guys soon. Thanks, everyone. See ya.